is in pain, bro. Look at these guns, bro. What the fuck? Ooh, oh, my body's in pain, bro. Oh my gosh. But I'm trying to find a solution. I have a lot going on right now with the eviction case and being beat up and people not understanding. They're like, well, what are you gonna do? It's like that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, you know what I mean? That's where I'm at. That's what I'm trying to figure out. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna figure it out. That's all I gotta do. That's all I have left. You know what I mean? Not that I have it left, but that's all I got. So I'm just looking at all sorts out of whack right now because I had a very interesting night, to say the least. Um, so we're gonna keep going forward. I'm going to clear out some energies and put energies back where they belong and in the appropriate order in which they belong. Yeah, so Empress in reverse is coming through as being impoverished because they made terrible decisions. So that energy is returning back to sender, okay? Because that's not our energy. It's not supposed to be in our frequency, right? So answers are supposed to be coming clear. Yeah, exactly. They're trying to, it's like a lot of like people trying to act like they're not dwelling on their own issues because they're dwelling on their issues. It's really annoying. Exactly. That's what it is. They're projecting that people aren't dwelling on their own issues because they're dwelling on their issues. But the reality of the situation is that it's their issues that they're trying to project on us. Whereas we don't really have an issue in that area. So it's like, for example, it's like imagine you're about to go into town with a whole bunch of your friends, right? And some random gypsy, right, comes to you, some exiled gypsy comes to you and says, "Don't go into that town. They like to do this and that and do that and this and this and that and that and that and that and that. You're like, what do you mean my family owns that town? Like, you know what I mean? Like that they don't understand, like, because that they were exiled, because that they're suffering through something that they put themselves through. It doesn't mean that now we have to now like be afraid of, oh, what are people in my town and what, like, it's that energy. Yeah, exactly. They're a lot. They're coming out as an uninspired liar. Yeah, and they're not trying to take accountability for causing misuse of causing people to misuse their own results or something. That's what it is. It's like, how do I explain? I had to really flip it over a couple times. Basically, it's like anytime someone would have a result, they would come in to try and take from that result without the lesson. And then it's like something is missing and it would cause a glitch, like something like that. It's like they were plagiarizing. They were plagiarizing off of people's lifestyles. It's like they would take, like, let's say, if it's like um I I got this t-shirt going through something something mountain. I got this shirt climbing Mount Everest. They like go and buy that shirt from like Amazon and then they wear it and people are like, "What? You've climbed Mount Everest?" And they're like, "Yeah, no, no, no." Like that. That's them. That's their ass. They plagiarize off of people's efforts, like literally. So it's like, I'm like, for example, for me, I'm like, oh yeah, I went to business finance school, da, 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 da. I have all these results, da, 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 da. They come about and like that, no, that's my paperwork, that's my book, that's my stuff, that's, I did all of that, that's all my stuff, I wrote all of that. That's what they do. It's like, well, since when did you have this and this and this and this, and when did you have that story? And they're like, oh, and they just start making up some bullshit. Yeah, exactly. And now people are catching them up on that. Yeah, people are catching them up on that because they were trying to bend reality to their will. They were trying to act as if that they were more, that they were a better master than angelic forces is what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. They were trying to act as if that they were a better master at rendering rendership reality than God, as if that they would render reality better than God would. Exactly. And they were trying to put that karma. Say, I mean, I'm never challenging God for anything. Whatever God renders through me, God renders through me. I don't say that I'm the best at it. No, because I know for a fact that there's already perfect beings that do it in reality, right? There's already angels that do some things that I could never do. But God is using me to do certain things for whatever reason that God chooses that reason to be. And that reason is the perfect, is the one that's rendering the reality, isn't it? You see what I'm talking about? That God is rendering through his eyes. You see what I'm saying now? It's like, it's like this is a very human design. Exactly. Like you can really come through like with an earth angel and be like, oh yeah, we have to use that earth angel to render a specific design for a new architecture or something like that because we need it to be made for humans. You see what I'm saying now? But an angel wouldn't have that same kind of frequency to now support human life the same way that God would through human resources. You see what I'm saying now? Human resources. And so like they thought that they could render stuff better than an angel or better than angelic forces. And now they're getting caught up for that. Yeah, they're getting caught up for that. Exactly. That's what I thought. They're getting caught up for attempting to exactly make someone drop their gifts, to make someone like literally they were trying to make someone like what is it called again with this ace of pentacles in reverse. It was like they were trying to discourage some sort of an energy affair, and they were trying to they were trying to literally come in the way of romantic, like exactly for a romance, let's just say a romance, romantic love. They were trying to get in the way of romantic love, and they were trying to act like as if it was for their benefit or something like that. They kept on, this is the cycle that we've already been through. Exactly. They were trying to act like they were trying to literally get in between. They were, oh my gosh, that's why it felt like that. Yeah, that's why. Oh my gosh, bro, this shit is like so annoying because it's not a divine test. It's not a divine test. They're okay. Reveal what that Princess of Swords energy is because I've seen this before already a billion times. Yeah, it's someone who plagiarizes. They commit plagiarism. That's what it is. They don't do their own homework. They plagiarize, and whenever they seem like they would do their own homework and shit like that, they don't. It's like that's the kind of energy. Like, okay, so basically, this person was like a resource. The person that is in this sphere of the karmic event, right, is some sort of like what you call it, resource development, what you call workforce development manager. The reality of the situation, the manager goes on Craigslist and finds a job that you could have found yourself, and then sends you a link on what you call it, on on through your email, and be like, what about this job? Like, bruh, you're not doing any. You an AI could do your job. You know what I mean? An AI could do your job. Like this shit is like Indeed.com. Like, what's the difference between you and Indeed.com? Is I'm getting the same fucking result, right? At some point, I was going to get a CDID, right? I was trying to get my CDID. There they come, like, I found you something, put it in a letter, oh, heart. I'm like, bitch, you're not doing shit. You're not doing shit. That's what I'm saying. It's like they want to feed off of other people's results. They want to feed off of people's results. When someone gets a result of something, like let's say someone got a new job, did not use their help, did not need them, did not ask for their help, did not, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. It's on some narcissistic shit. Did not acquire, like they did not like do anything. They want to come by like, wow, I'm so happy for you. I want to talk about your next steps. No, do not communicate with that person your next steps. That's what it is. Next steps. Do not communicate with that person your next steps. They're trying to take advantage. I'm so glad that this person that I'm sponsoring my favorite. I don't give a fuck, bro. Death is death. That's it. Heartbroken. That's why they're so heartbroken about shit. Yeah, this is upright because it's like they don't. It's like they were provided a false position. So this is what I'm saying. They kept on trying. This is what they were trying to swap here, right? There was at some point in my life where I got a position for a job, right, that somebody actually really needed done, right? But for some reason, they felt as if that they could do it better themselves, or that the AI could do it better. But the reality of the situation is that they couldn't do it better. But it's because of people like that. You see people like that who AI could do their jobs, right? AI like they don't really have a job. You see what I'm saying? They don't really have one, but they're trying to act like as if they're so needed and so necessary. And now it's becoming clear that they're not. Like it's becoming extremely clear that they were never needed, never necessary. They're wasting resources, and that's exactly why they're there, to waste resources. It's like a Yeah, exactly. Because they never made an investment on what it is that somebody, yeah, exactly. And they were trying to cause challenges as if that they're coming in as a solution. It's like a false human resource energy. They don't have the resources, but they're trying to act as if that they do. And then they're trying to act as if that they come in with solutions for those through human resources. Nah, that's what I'm saying. Nah, they're being seen. They're being cited. Yeah, they're being cited as dependent, extremely dependent. And this is the same thing. This is the same thing that I've been going through to find out now that that's been the enemy all along. Like it was really that simple. Is someone who believed as if that they were human resources, like they were the peak of human resources, but they weren't even resourceful for humanity. Exactly, resourceful for humanity. They constantly create. It's like someone going like, well, you wouldn't exist if I weren't a villain. Bitch, I wouldn't have to fucking lay my entire life to rest if you hadn't been a villain. Like that's like you're trying to make it seem like you're giving me a solution for a problem you never had. I've had enough of this shit. Yeah, that's it. Actual real villains out here. You know, they actually crazy. They actually crazy as fuck. Like for real. They're actually crazy as fuck. They actually don't know what's going on in the world and they don't care. They want to cause issues because that's their main thing, to cause issues. The only thing that they know what to do in life is to cause issues. And then there's these dumbass people who believe that they are the peak of human resources and they believe like their job is so necessary to be a false it's like, you know, when you go online to the YouTube ads and you see the insurance agent, it's like the girl that's like, I thought I would just cut the line and go to the insurance agency. It's like, I thought it would cut out the middleman. It's like, no, you literally went to the middleman. That's the same energy. Motherfucker literally went, tried to act as if she was some middleman or they were some middleman. They're not cited. They've been cited now. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me delete them because defeat them because I already know that's coming. I already know. That's how much faith and trust I got. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Before they would even have to be seen as a resource or be seen as someone that was like, we would have to acknowledge them as that. That was never it because no one wanted to deal with that problem. Exactly. And now people are seeing what the problem was that we didn't want to deal with. Now people are seeing the problem we didn't want to deal with. Now they're having to deal with those motherfucking issues. Those people who went and accepted the person as a human resource. They're really dealing with a problem now, the clingy whore energy. I knew it, see? I knew it. I knew we could avoid it. I knew it. See, this is what I'm trying to say my whole life, Jesus. I knew it. We might not be able to, escape fate, but we can avoid certain fates. I knew it. I knew it. If we accept not what we cannot see, but what we can do about what is unseen, then we can escape certain types of fates. I knew this is what exactly I was talking about. And they were so fucking clingy that they were trying to get in, like they were trying to get in onto my fate, to act like they needed to be a clingy whore in my life. And now they're being seen as a clingy ass motherfucking whore. I'm so sick of their ass. I'm so sick of them. Bro, I'm so sick of them. And they kept on trying to switch roles. This is what I'm trying to say. They kept on trying to switch roles. Like they wanted to put themselves in a position where they would be seen as the person fighting the clingy whore. Like some sort of false karmic destiny bullshit. Yeah, that whole situation is being whipped out. No more switching roles. Yeah, if they get seen as our enemy, they get to be that they are our footstools. But then also that when at some point that we would also be their enemies, and then they would get to use us as their footstools. Like, no, that's not how it works. That's craziness. That's craziness. Yeah, that's what it was. That's craziness. Yeah, it's being seen now. This is insane. This is exactly what I was trying to talk about. They were trying to make themselves our footstools so that it would make it seem as if that we would then be their footstool. No. Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. That's what I was telling you, Jesus. See, Jesus is really seeing through this now. He's really seeing this now. Like, I'm telling you the truth, bruh. I'm telling you. God may have seen this all along, had planned this all along, but Jesus is his son. He is the prophet. When I tell you that he too was human, he was human. He was a starseed earth angel. Like, that's what I'm trying. He's a prophet. Yeah, these people are getting fucking wrecked by Christ right now. Wrecked by the entirety of heaven. Because now it's clear. Because they were trying to act like, so he's really pissed right now, because it's like when Jesus said, like, I massaged your feet, will you not massage mine kind of energy. It was supposed to be based off of an exchange, as in, I love you, you love me. Not, oh, you bow down to me and then I bow down to you. What the fuck? That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Really, the situation is that if I washed your feet because I thought that your feet were worth washing, then you wash my feet because you believe too that my feet are worth washing. Not that I bow down to you, you bow down to me. What the fuck kind of thing is that? That's exactly what the fuck was going on. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm hearing, wow, like, literally. Because God's astonishment, God's beauty is real. God's mercy is really real upon this. Yeah, like, what the hell, bruh? That's it. Presence upright, that's it. Healing is here, finally. Healing is here. We're moving forward. Strategy is coming through, finally. Strategy is finally coming through. Finally, it's safe enough to receive strategy. Because it's like, that's the whole situation here. That was the whole situation there. It was like, they kept on trying to cling on to other people's strategies, like to literally, they wanted to play strategist. They wanted to cover up the fact that people were strategists, real strategists. Imagine, it's like the job of being a strategist, as if it didn't exist. Like, you know, when you look up analytical strategist, right? That's a real job you can get paid for. That's a real job. I can literally go on Indeed and find analytical data strategist, right? They're trying to act like, no, it's their job as a human resource manager. Fuck you is what it is. You want to get fucked, and we're not doing that today. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not fucking you. Like, we're not. No, like, no, God will fuck you up, though. God will fuck you up. Don't worry about it. God will do it. God will fuck him up. Yeah, because that's the situation. They were rejected. Some sort of like idea of freedom that they were trying to make seem as if was for other people. Like, you see what I'm saying? They were trying to make it seem like, how do I explain this, bro? They were trying to make it seem like some sort of, that they had a concept that was to align with being a strategy. But it was never a real concept. It was never a real strategy. It was some woo-woo bullshit. You know what woo-woo bullshit is? Is when someone, like, okay, here it is, finally, the final curse break. When this guy, when the pedophile who stole me, right, who got me to live in his house and shit like that, right, was doing coke and all sorts of shit, right, and he was tripping dick. He was straight tripping dick, right? He was talking about the concept. He's like, and then you're gonna marry me, and then we'll take the resources and then we'll put them on the boats and then we'll go like that. That's the woo-woo bullshit I'm talking about, because it requires you. It requires you, collective. That's what I'm trying to say. They're trying to, like, inquire your acceptance without you accepting, without you consenting to it. Like, it's like people will say like, it's like, here's the plan, you guys. So you're gonna go to the bank, you're gonna rob it, you're gonna go and you're gonna call the police, and then and it's like, who the fuck are you for real? Like, that's the reality of the situation. Like, who the fuck are you for real? Like, what the fuck? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? Like, that shit's Craig Tower. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, they start trying to make plans on your behalf. So you're gonna go there and you're gonna start doing this. You're gonna, oh, it didn't work out. It's probably because of you. It's probably. Meanwhile, they're sitting eating their tea off of the government's dollar. That's what they do. Meanwhile, they're sipping tea in your hood. They're causing you issues, running around, trying to act like they're human resources, trying to act like it's their plan. Yeah, acting like it's their happiness when it's supposed to be you sipping tea in your own hood. But they don't want you sipping tea in your own hood. They want to sip your tea in your hood. Like, the fuck? Like, that's what the entitlement is. That's what that is. Yeah. Yeah, no. Jesus is stepping into the picture in the situation. Yeah. Because, like, it's finally becoming clear. Yeah. About who's really innocent in this situation and who was the one trying to cause issues. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's over with those illusions trying to cause all that shit. There's, like, frankly, healing. Yeah, exactly. There's, like, a real healing here. I don't even know what to do with these cards, Jesus. Let me pull up this stuff. Yeah. Coffin. Endings, beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Jesus is bringing endings within the situation because he is the end, right? The beginning and the end. And he's saying is the end. Yeah. He's saying no, something doesn't need no any more time. Right. There's no hesitation because there's something coming through. Exactly. There's something coming through. I don't know why hesitation is written in the deck, but it's just like there's no more time being wasted. There's no more time being wasted. Love is coming, right? Love is coming. Love is here. So it's like, yeah. So exactly like I said, welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together. Perfect. So this is it. Perfection comes through by, this is what I was talking about, unlocking the heart, right? My heart is already open. For the longest time, it's been open. It's been open. But people were trying to put their locks on my heart. You see what I mean? To act as if that, I don't know, whatever is blocking them, to make it seem like I had to clear those blockages off of them so that my heart would be blocked and unblocked. You see what I'm saying? So that my heart would be blocked, Abby. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's like, because that's how it really would be. If I try and unblock somebody's heart who's supposed to unblock their own heart, that's how my heart would be blocked. But my heart has been open for a very long time now because I never dared to do that shit. If somebody wants their heart open, they better ask God. That's not my business. But then at the same time, is there blockages? If somebody really has blockages on their heart center, then that's something, yes, I could help clear out. But if their heart is not unlocked already, there's nothing I can do about it. They got to unlock their own heart. I can't breathe for you. I can't take life for you. Take in life for you. I can't breathe for you. I can't exhale for you. Right? That's the reality of the situation. Yeah, unconditionally loving, giving, and receiving affection, falling in love. That's what I thought. They wanted to abuse unconditional love. Yeah, happily singing. Look at this. They wanted to project abandonment to cause abandonment issues. You see what I'm talking about? Because they wanted my stability, my growth, my potential. Like, it's, bro, how is somebody else abandoning me gonna give you stability? Isn't that an illusion? That's delusional. It's delusional. It's delusional. Like, these people are fucking insane, bro. It literally, like, see, karmic relationship. They have a karmic relationship with trying to force other people to be codependent on them and their thoughts and their ideas and their frequency and all this jazz. Like, bro, like, there's nothing I can do about that. Like, there's nothing I can do about the fact that somebody wants everybody to love them, wants everybody to be there for them all the time, wants everybody to listen to their every whim. There's nothing. That's their desire. Is their desire. That is an unquenchable desire. It's an unquenchable thirst. It's called lust for a reason. It's unquenchable, never go away. No matter how much anyone would be there for the person, they will forever suffer feeling invalidated. That is exactly the problem. Because if one doesn't invalidate themselves, then they can't bring on to the others validation, nor can they bring it to themselves. They have to literally love themselves so that others can love them. But they don't. That's why they're karmic. People really need to learn their lesson in this situation. Like, loving it. This is the narcissistic ass energy I'm talking about. Charming yourself to believe that you're loved is not the same as actually being loved. And that's the lesson. No matter what you buy, no matter what you get, no matter who tells you, you will never feel loved until you accept the love from yourself. If that's what you accept as love, then be prepared for consequences of those actions. Someone will always feel like it's easy for them to buy you. Then it'll be easy to sell you. That's how motherfuckers lose their souls. The key to loving yourself is forgiveness. That's why we talk about Jesus. It's about no matter what kind of mistake you make, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, you learn that as long as you forgive yourself and others, that no temptation may come by you, that nothing will be tempted, not by you, not by anything around it, and especially that you don't get led by temptation. And that's what it is that they're not trying to act like they're ready for it. Yeah, separation in reverse. They want to act like they want to do the most, like it's over, bruh. It's over. Talking in reverse, yeah. Shadow work. So finally, shadow work is being done in a situation. Yeah, it seems like, everybody gotta do shadow work sometime. Looks like Jesus is working through some shadows as well. This should be good. This should be good. Wait, Fuchsia. Oh. Take this one. Bro, I have so much going on. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? Weirdo ass energy. Oh my gosh. One second, y'all. Okay. So let me get this going. Yeah. They were projecting the chaser karmic relationship girl with the snake at energy. This is the projection. So the reason why Lord is coming through with forgiveness right now and endings and stuff like that is to show that no matter what you do, no matter how you do it, y'all, it isn't about the action that is interpreted. Like, it depends on who you are, how your actions have supported your intentions. Okay, that's what it is. How your actions have supported your intentions, that gets you the result of the optic of what you've been doing, right? That's what it is. The results of your actions produce the optic, not the optic producing the results. Okay, that's not how it works. Okay, the optic of a situation comes by the result, not the other way around. Okay, so the karmic ending for those individuals, right, that's been broken, is the fact that they kept on trying to force codependency on the optic without result. They didn't have any results to now force an optic. So they were projecting their optics, right, from their results, which is their falsities and energy, on the collective, which is being returned back to sender. For example, now, let me give for example, now, I did, let me see. I don't want to use that as an example. Instead, what can I use as an example here, Holy Spirit? Yeah, I kept on coming back to the person who did me dirty, did wrong in the past, right? I'll keep on going back to the person so that I would make things right, or you know what I mean, try and heal things in a situation, right? Instead of people seeing me as some delusional freakazoid, da 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 da, which is what they are. That's the result of what they've been doing, right? The optic of the situation. The optics turned out to be that I actually cared about them, and I really wanted them to be safe, and I really wanted them to be all right. That's why it's not coming out like I'm the karmic for chasing after them, because that's not the truth. The truth of the situation was that I was continuously forgiving, continuously giving, continuously doing, continuously, and that strengthened me. It strengthened me because I now know the limitations of what I can do and what I can't do, and for whom and who I can't do it for. Whereas what they were doing was attempting to steal the optic of that in order to incur a false result. It's being clarified now. It's being cleared. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They were literally trying to sabotage and then steal the healing from the end, like they were some sort of like non-karmic. You see what I'm saying now? They were literally, when I tell you, bruh, they're not gonna receive the healing. No, they're not going to receive my abundant heart, healing space, energy, none of that. So they were doing it to siphon forgiveness. This is where the line is drawn. This is why it's ended. They were doing this to siphon sympathy and forgiveness, which they're never getting again, which is what they were stealing from others, to try and make it seem like they were the good guy in the situation, make them feel like that's what it is. Yep, lightning, that's it. That was the risk they were trying to take. They wanted to get some pity energy. Pity, yeah. They wanted to act like they're now, bro, I'm done. This shit is on my nerves, bro. That's it. See what I mean? They wanted to act like that. What's their energy, Holy Spirit? You're gonna see clingy whore. They're a clingy whore. They're a clingy whore. They're a clingy whore. They're a clingy fucking whore. Everything they do is to cling on to, yeah, exactly, a false smartass, right? A false smartass. See, with a lazy cunt who's a crazy bitch, right? That's a devil wannabe. They want to be an illusionist so bad. They want to be the devil so bad. They want to be the evil one so bad. They want to be the bad bitch of the situation. That's what they want to be. Yeah, try hard solution. You see what I mean? False antidote. They act like they have all these solutions as if they're a magical wannabe. Yeah, emperor wannabe. Yeah. In reverse, they can't uphold being trying to falsify emperor energy on others, right? Trying to create lifestyle sabotaging because they're a clingy fucking whore. See, they're a lifestyle sabotaging clingy whore. They're a lifestyle sabotaging clingy whore who's a wannabe substitute, trying to clout cut and be in a Bonnie and Clyde syndrome with people. Genuinely. They're trying to act like they did some shit. They're trying to come in, slide in, act like they want a reputation so bad and they will never have a good reputation ever again. Want to be imposter. See? They want to imposter. They want to be an imposter in a situation, but they can't uphold how they're a non-factor. They can't uphold how they're non-factor. They're a non-fucking factor. An emperor in reverse energy that's curse hungry and trying to curse 100+ people, right? That's twin flame that can't uphold being twin flame obsessed or obsessed with people's soulmates, trying to act like they're godly. They're being caught. Clean whore ass energy. So irritating. Skank hoes, they were trying to cover their stench with stank hoes because they were trying to get rich quick, and that's the final judgment. They were trying to get rich quick. That was their only thing. That was their strategy. That was their whole strategy. I'm trying to sound it out now. It was yeah, they can't uphold being a wannabe seductress enemy anymore. What is this? We'll find out. But they were trying to get rich quick in a situation. Yeah, that was the risk. That's the gambling. That's what that is. Gambling. Trying to get rich quick. So that's what the Hand of Cards energy is. Trying to get a result quickly through an optic. So they were relying on an optic. What was the optic that they were relying on, Holy Spirit? What was it they were relying on people seeing them as? Yeah. So they were relying on people seeing them as some sort of poor. Exactly. As some sort of... Oh my God, they literally try to steal my fucking personality, bro. I'm so sick of them. They were literally trying to plagiarize off of my personality, cited. They were literally trying to plagiarize off of my personality. You know where I'm trying to be like, where I'm like, I don't know how to explain this. I'm a Cancer. I'm a Cancer. I got a lot of Cancer in my chart. So sometimes I'll just be on some woe is me kind of situation. You know what I mean? That 5 of Cups. They were trying to act like they weren't manipulating the situation to make it seem like they were causing 5 of Cups energy. They were causing 5 of Cups energy. They were delaying everything. When I tell you they were delaying everything, they were everything was always being delayed because of them. But yeah, and then they were also, it was, oh my God, when I tell you, the funniest situation is the first time I ever seen like enemies fight amongst themselves. You know, it's like and there was an Empress in reverse in that situation. And then they were trying to act like they defeated the Empress in reverse when it was actually me in the situation, because she came after me in a situation, but they weren't trying to get caught being the Emperor in reverse energy. Like I said, Empress in reverse. They were trying to like take a part of my personality, act like it was their personality, and then get unconditional love from it. Like I said, they were waiting for some sort of result from a false optic that they never got. They never got that optic because it wasn't the result to begin with. And they were trying to get the result to be attracted to them, like fake it till you make it energy. Fuck that. Now they're being seen as false as fuck. They're being seen as false as fuck. People are doing background checks on them. Wait, when did you get that? When did you do that? When did that happen? When did you get that job? And so how did you get that job? Like, people are really testing it. People are seeing that they fake as hell. Fake as hell. Yeah, it's over. It's fake as tell whatever false sense of taste of freedom that they thought they got wasn't even halfway there. It wasn't even halfway there. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Now people are seeing, yeah, exactly. Now people are seeing that I was always telling the truth. I made the right judgments. They caused me issues in my foundation to try and steal from me, from my opportunity to collaborate with the divine, right? And they were trying to act like basically my opportunity to go upon my own path, basically. And now there's death energy around them. Yeah. There's no mercy on them. Is what it is. They're not receiving any mercy. That's what they were trying to siphon by forgiveness. They were trying to siphon mercy. They were trying to take mercy away from other people. That's what there's enlightenment about. They were trying to push other people to live merciless lives, right? Merciless lives, and then take the mercy for themselves. Act as if that they helped them receive mercy, when they were trying to cover up the merciless lives that they were living, or unmerciful lives that they were living. Yeah. They were trying to force people to live unmerciful lives and then act as if that they gave them mercy already. That's what it is. Yep, now it's being seen. It's being cited. Yep, that's what the reality that they were trying to bend. They were literally forcing people to live unmerciful lives, literally giving them no mercy whatsoever, and then taking away from them the opportunity to receive mercy, and then covering it up as if that they gave them mercy. That's the crime. That's why they're going to hell. That's why they're going to hell. Because their heart is too heavy for whatever fucking weird ass, heartbreaking ass motherfucking identity that they built around doing this. It's dropping them right to hell. Yeah, exactly. It's dropping them right to hell. They're being dropped. Yeah. And now finally, those who needed to see the truth about the plan and the situation, yeah. Now they're seeing how the plan almost got sabotaged by their ass. How they almost got sabotaged, right? Finally. Now they're seeing how they almost got sabotaged. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's it. It's done. It's over. Yeah, because they literally tried to reject. They tried to speak on the behalf of somebody else to reject something that they never got for themselves. To act as if that's what it is. They never got mercy is what they're lying about. They're acting like they don't know what mercy is. That's what it is. They're lying about acting like they don't know what mercy is. That's what it is. That's what they were trying to steal. They were trying to act like they never learned what mercy is. They don't know what mercy is. Yeah, see, mask. They don't, as if they never got mercy in their lives. They never learned anything about mercy. None of that is real. As that, yeah. But they rejected it. They rejected the mercy. So that's what it is. So they rejected the mercy that somebody was giving them. Somebody was giving them mercy. However it came out, it's not my business. I'm just saying that somebody was giving them mercy. They rejected it. And then they want to act as if that, yeah, no wonder my inner child came out. Because then they want to act like, as if, oh my God. So they got mercy, rejected it. And then when they rejected it, they try to act as if that they weren't rejected when it came to Then they want to act like they weren't rejected when it came to exactly emotional manipulation. They wanted something else instead of the mercy. But they wanted it to come in bulk. They wanted whatever it was that they wanted to get. And then they wanted the mercy too. But they didn't want just the mercy. You see what I'm saying? They wanted to be like, they wanted to act like reality was rendered by them. Like if they weren't to get the mercy with the something else they wanted to get, that they didn't care about it. So that's what they were projecting on everyone. They were projecting like people don't want mercy. Do you see what I'm saying? They were trying to act like if people would get mercy, and this is where I had to clarify it for the Lord. It was like if people were to get mercy, that they would abuse it. Because it wouldn't come with whatever fucking track, whatever fee, whatever the fuck it was that they were trying to act like was necessary for them to not be like the ultimatum. They were trying to put an ultimatum on receiving mercy and then throw it on other people so that everybody else would act as if that they would abuse mercy. You see what I'm saying? Nah. That shit is crazy. They really acted like, and the thing is that they were treating it, they were doing this, they were projecting that on people who never received mercy. So it's like, oh well, if they were to get mercy, then they would abuse it because they don't know what mercy is. But then they were the ones acting like they didn't know what mercy was. Like that's so fucking insane, bro. This is what's triggering me right now. This is what's really triggering me right now. This is really what's triggering me right now. Yeah. It's really triggering me. Because it's like, for example, this is the same energy of like someone being like, someone seeing a small child on the streets begging for food, right? They're begging for food. They're alone. They're an orphan. Whether or not that child is going to give their mother the money or whatever is not the child's fault. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm, let's say, not me personally, but I like, God forbid that for being my inner child, but like, let's say it's that, right? Someone is going down the street and is seeing someone that's really cold, right? And is like, please give me $10 to buy a blanket. Give me $20 to buy a blanket, right? What do you think I would do? I would probably go buy them a blanket myself. But you know something else I would do? I would show them what kind of blankets are available and be like, would you like this blanket? Or to give them some options on blankets since that's what they're asking for, and go buy them a blanket, right? That is somebody who will pass by as someone who's saying, please give me $20 to buy a blanket, and then be like, nah, if you give them the $20, they'll go buy cocaine. Like, bro, I promise cocaine is way more expensive than that, first of all. Second of all, you don't just go fucking lying to people like about what that person's gonna do with the funds and money and whatever, because you would do that. First of all, you're the one that's the cokehead. Now you want to blame other people for the shit that you do. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say here. Yeah, the ancestors are like really finding this shit out. Now their ancestors are finding this shit out and they're stopping them. Period. Their ancestors are literally finding this shit out now. Like, that's why this shit was happening this whole time? Yes. People were not receiving mercy because it wasn't safe for mercy to come. Because every time it was like somebody, some asshole, some fucking false resource development manager, some false ass human resources bitch, someone who thought they had the power of human resources, someone who thought that they could fake that shit, fake it till they make it type energy, right? Someone who thought they could lie themselves into a position of power for the money, kept on trying to make it seem as if they knew what people would do with their money, what people would do with their funds, what people would do with their resources, who deserved the resources, who was to get the resources, who earned the resources. How true. Like, for example, that bitch probably thought I lied on my resume, right? When I said what I did, what I didn't do, what it was that I got. And she got fucking jealous and was like, oh, I can't believe people are just gonna believe her, because she lied on her fucking resume. So of course, she's gonna think that I lied on my resume. My resume is very triggering for motherfuckers who are lazy as fuck. Because the same shit that they could have had the time to do, they were busy doing what? Being a clingy fucking whore. I remember. You think I don't remember? Remember? I'm the nerd you bullied. I'm the one you bullied. When I was in high school, I was in college, I was that one girl quietly sitting in the corner of the class studying, while everybody was talking out their ass about me on some Mia Khalifa shit. That was me. The fuck? That's why later on in life, that's what they fucking become. Now they want to, because they know this. They become clingy fucking whores, and then they want to act like, it's their shit. That's the thing about it. They want to act Mary Magdalene up in this bitch. That's what it is. They want to act like Mary Magdalene up in this bitch, but guess what? I'm divine feminine energies within me. Mary Magdalene is right here. They can't pretend anymore. You see what I'm saying? That's why Mary Magdalene was seen as like a prostitute. Oh, it's impossible for a once a former slave young girl to learn how to do fucking crochet by herself. No. No. That was like, can you believe that shit? That shit is still driving me crazy, bro. Like they were like, no, that's not hers. That blanket isn't something that she made. That art piece isn't something that she made. Da 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 da. That's not something she made. That's not something she did. Like all the time. She didn't draw that. She didn't do that. No, and just for them to try and act like it's for them the mercy. You know what I mean? I'll sit there, spend over 16 hours on a painting, over 24 hours, over 30 hours on a painting. And because they can't, and they lied like that they're an artist, for some reason now I'm supposed to not get paid for my artwork because they lied about being an artist and never having the results of an artist. That's what's really triggering me. It's like that's why it was seeming like no matter what you did, no matter how hard you worked, you wouldn't get a result because somebody was stealing that shit. Remember? I said this the other day. That whatever you think you're doing to somebody else that's negative, somebody is doing to you exactly the same. That's how it works. They wanted to use it like some sort of footstool ass energy, like they're making you their footstools when yeah, like it's crazy. That shit is over. Yeah, they're losing everything. That's what the warning I gave. Isn't that the warning I gave? That's the warning I gave. I was like, bro, you're gonna lose everything. Thinking that you're doing what the fuck you're doing. Yeah, exactly. Period. False judgment. They were projecting false ass judgment all the time. False ass judgment, always causing issues. See what I'm saying? Issues, causing issues, causing issues. You see what I'm saying? Causing issues. They wanted to be in the middle. They wanted to be the middleman. They wanted to act as the bestie, the fucking whatever the fuck it was, whatever it was. They wanted to have a role in something that was none of their business. It wasn't their business. They wanted to have a part in something that was never their business. Yeah, exactly. Finally, thank you, Lord. See, now it's being seen. That's what I was trying to say. It's finally being cited. They wanted to have a role in something that was none of their business. And now what? And now what? Yeah, and now finally, yeah, the what you call it, the actual thief in the situation is being stopped. Because that they were trying to abuse like communication. They were trying to abuse steadfastness. Like they were trying to abuse everything that has to do with steadfastness, everything that has to do with getting something quickly, trying to do something quickly. Like they were, oh my gosh, how do I explain this? Literally, I want to talk about this. Literally, yesterday, one of these bitches like saw her, and then she was like, "Oh, let's go talk really quietly somewhere private in the middle of the night." And then the guy is like, "Oh, she's my resource man. Why are you talking to my lover in the middle of the motherfucking night, acting like you're his boss or some shit, bitch? Oh shit! I like that's it. She's losing everything. That's it. Like that, you got me all fucked up. Like he literally had to temper me last night. He literally had to calm me down last night because I was so like I'm like oh shit. Like you don't even understand, bro. Like the fact that I have to reveal this shit. This is why I didn't want that to happen. Is because I would have had to reveal it this way. I'm like, you fucking clingy fucking whore. First of all, you're the reason I really had to leave the motherfucking company. Because you didn't want to do your motherfucking job. Because you don't know how to do your motherfucking job. One person calls you racist and now the whole fucking company falls? Are you serious? That's how you know you can't do your motherfucking job, because that's the fucking kind of shit that you're supposed to prevent, bitch. How are you keeping someone who is fairly dangerous in a position as someone who is an employment manager? You're the one who's supposed to control who's gonna get employed and who isn't. And you're keeping someone who isn't supposed to be employed in the company employed, and you're throwing away the people who are supposed to be employed out on the streets. You are the fucking problem. Crazy bitch. I'm so sick of them. I'm so sick of them. So like there's mad people fucking homeless right now because bitches like her. Because the niggas like her. Him. Because they lied on their resume and a whole bunch of people stealing from the company, lying about it, causing issues in welfare programs, like literally blocking people's EBT cards, not letting people survive in a situation, not letting kids to be fed, all that shit because they want money, right? Trying to produce corruption in the whole situation, trying to corrupt everything, right? And then there's real people who know how to do their jobs, who studied for their positions, who could have helped you, who could have helped everyone in the situation. Like people would have had the right job opportunity, would have had the right software development program, would have had everything that they could have needed in a situation if it weren't for some dumbass bitch, dumbass nigga in a position where they don't belong in, trying to act like that you don't deserve that kind of position. Like, let's say you did analytics whole life. You can transfer skills of analytics. You can transfer, let's say, I don't know, like, I don't know, what is it called again? Let's say you did, give me something that you've done in your life that you know you're good at. You know you're good at that shit. Fuck it. Let's say you're good at journalism. Let's say you're good at journalism. You keep shit easily. You can write shit out easy. You know how to tell the truth all the motherfucking time. Shit like that. Or let's say now you're what else? What else do we got here? Let's say you're good at you're good at helping people stand up on their 2 feet or some shit like that. You're good at putting people in an atmosphere where it's safe for them to be themselves. You're a therapist, or you're you know what I mean? There is a job for you. There is always a job for you. But these stupid motherfuckers know that it's not their job to decide that. And they know the job isn't for them. So what do? They do the same shit that they feel is being done to them, which they're doing to themselves onto others. That's what the fuck it means to be a bully. And you should know that. You should know that. Because they feel like they don't deserve their position because they never earned it and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Other people in that same position. Meanwhile, the people who do belong in their job positions, they're trying to scramble, push away, turn away, drop in the streets, act like they're giving jobs to, act like they're being merciful to. None of that shit is real. None of that shit is real. Yeah, that's it. Whatever illusion of heartbreak that they were fucking trying to do, false advice over. Yeah, they were causing issues upon stability, upon the 4th house. They were causing things to be, they were always causing problems. Like when I tell you this. They were stealing funds. Like, they were trying to act like I wasn't real, as if that I'm not real, as if something had to be brought to reality. Like, that's what it is. They were trying to make reality that isn't theirs to make. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. That's it, bruh. They were constantly trying to make a reality that they don't have any right in making. Exactly. And they didn't want people to know that they did receive mercy, that somebody was kind to them. That's what I'm trying to say. That's it. And people are seeing that somebody gave them some sort of favor, that people favored them, that somebody gave them some sort of favor, that it wasn't theirs to give. Exactly. That they didn't receive favor from anyone. That's what I'm saying. See what I'm saying now? They didn't receive any favor from anyone. You see what I'm saying? They did receive favor. That's what I'm trying to say. You see the problem now? It's like they took advantage of people's ability to communicate. You see what I'm saying? It was like whenever I would be saying something, I'll be saying the truth. It was like they would come in to try and cause issues with communication. You see what I'm saying? They would try and cause issues in communication. But they've been causing issues with communication. So it was like you always had to think twice. You always had to think twice around them. You always had to think twice, like, and then at that point, use the fact that you're always thinking twice around them to not walk away. So when you're alone, it's like you're thinking twice by yourself. Now you're thinking twice about yourself. You see what I'm saying? That's the game they were playing. It was like when you're around them, you're always thinking twice. You're always thinking 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. And then when you're by yourself, now you're already automatically thinking twice, 3 times. Like they do. That's how they build a codependent relationship with people. It's like you always gotta dodge them and their bullets, and then you're stuck that way. You see what I mean? And then you look crazy as hell. That's what I've been trying to say. That's the conditioning that I've been trying to tell you guys about for the longest time now. It's like you're always doing something around that person all the time. And then by the time you're by yourself or with others, you're stuck doing that. That's conditioning. When the heart is pure, you act in accordance to how your heart is. In its purity, regardless. But the reality of the situation is that around them, it's like they always want to steal that. They want to steal that energy. It's over, bro. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's done. Yeah, they're done. They're done. They're done. They're done. Like, I don't know how else to explain this, but like, it's like, bro. Yeah, that's it. Finally. My gosh. Me and Twin finally made it to 5D together. Finally. This shit is crazy. I mean, this shit was so hard. It's been such a long motherfucking journey. Like, I had to, for the longest time, I was like, why can't he do it on his own? Just for me to still drag him up. I'm like, no, get your bitch ass up here. Fucking, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Like, literally, yeah. See, they wanted to constantly cause. See what I'm saying? That's their bitch ass trying to come through. Like, no. That's somebody else. Oh my gosh, bro. This shit is oh. Bro, like, this is so annoying. This is so annoying. I don't know how to explain to you this. Bro. Somebody thinks just because they're a clingy whore that they can be seen as a concubine kind energy. You see what I'm saying? Like, honey, you're not a concubine. You're a clingy whore. You're not even a fucking servant in the main palace, bitch. I don't think they're understanding this. Like, they're not grasping it. They don't know why being a clingy whore doesn't work. It doesn't cut it. It doesn't cut it in paradise. It doesn't cut it. It doesn't cut it. They don't know why. They don't get it. I'm like, that's because it's because you don't get it that it's not cutting it. You're not getting it. That's it. They don't get it. They don't get why being a clingy whore doesn't get you to paradise. Like, they don't get why being a clingy whore doesn't get you to paradise. Exactly. Now they want to use the mercy. Now that mercy is being taken away by Lord Jesus. Look. Exactly. Because now has been cited what they've been doing with that mercy. Thank you, God. That's what I'm saying. Now it's been cited what they've been doing with that mercy. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. He literally picked it off of me. Exactly. See? There it is. Queen of Cups energy. Because I kept on trying to come out. What the fuck? When they kept on trying to come out as King of Cups. And I knew it was a bitch. I knew it was a bitch from the start. I knew it because they kept on trying to act like as if I wouldn't see past that shit. Doing the motherfucking most. Yeah, exactly. Queen of Cups in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Cups in reverse. True. 5 of Cups. See? They were causing 5 of Cups everywhere. They were causing afflictions. They were causing affliction and trying to project afflictions. Constantly trying to project afflictions. Yeah, exactly. The Lovers in reverse, yeah, it's heavy now. The karma, the back to sender is heavy on them now. Because the Tower is coming to whatever the fuck they were doing because they were, yeah, exactly. They were trying to take acceptance for validation. That's what it was. They were trying to take acceptance for validation. You know, I can accept that a bitch is a clingy whore, but that doesn't mean I'm validating them and accepting them. Like, that's crazy. I'm not accepting no motherfucking clingy whore. I'm saying I'm accepting the fact that they're a clingy whore. That's the shit that they can't accept. See? They can't accept the facts. I can accept it. I can accept the fact that she's a clingy whore. That's what shadow work does. That's why there's shadow work here. At some point in our lives, especially as women, we have to fight ourselves being a clingy fucking whore. Don't we? Don't we all have to fight? Chasing after a nigga? Chasing after, you know what I mean? What is it called again? Not even chasing after a nigga, but clinging on to what doesn't belong to us for money, right? At some point in our lives, the divine test of being a woman is that understanding the purpose of our body and our shape and our image, and also not centering it around men or money, right? That's a huge thing. As women, we have to understand that our power to develop conceptual truths for ourselves and others is so important that it literally manifests the reality for ourselves and others. We are so powerful as women. This is something that we have to do shadow work about. It's not about what the power that we provide to others. It's not about the power that we provide to ourselves. It's the power that God provides to us. And it's the accountability that he also provides to us to have, so that we are independent and sovereign with him. So we understand our importance in God's life. You see what I'm saying? That's hope. That's mercy. But they're trying to act like they don't know nothing about this, that no one ever made them have a fucking orgasm, that they never felt good in their life type shit. They getting paid, drinking tea, sipping tea in other people's hoods all the time, but they ain't never felt happy in their life. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, look at the happiness right there. Now it's being snatched away. That's it. Now they're going to have to fight to be happy. And that is if they survive the karma. That's the reality of the situation. Yeah, see, that's the truth. Yep, that's the clarity. There it is. Yeah, because they lost it. They lost it with the fucking whatever the fuck they thought that they could do to try and, yeah, they were trying to turn men and like, they were trying to turn godly men. They were trying to turn good men of faith, men of hope, men of faith, men of love, you know what I mean? Men of God, into some emotionally manipulative mess because they wanted to be a clingy whore. Because ain't no real man is accepting a clingy whore. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. Men don't like clingy whores. Okay, if that's gonna get you to stop. Okay, they just don't like real men. Don't. Okay. Have you ever had a crush on someone, and then someone that you don't like comes to you in front of your crush and tells you, like, you know what I mean? Hey, how about we go on a date sometime? You're single, you're not going out with anyone, in front of your crush, trying to push your crush away because they want to be with you. Like, have you ever been in that situation? You're like, bro, get out of my face. That's how men feel about clingy whores. That's how they feel. Like, have you ever been in a situation where you're like, oh my gosh, I hope my Secret Santa, I hope for Valentine's Day, my crush gives me a gift, my crush in school or some shit, I hope they give me a thingy, you know what I mean, a note or something, and then you get a note, and you're like, oh my gosh, I got a note, or something like that, I don't know, or maybe you didn't get a note, maybe it's, maybe whatever the fuck it is, right? But then it's some guy and you open it and it's that motherfucker that you genuinely don't like. The motherfucker who's like, I love you, you're so pretty. How about we meet on the bleachers? Da, 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 da. Like, you're like, fuck off, bro. That's the situation I'm talking about. That's how men feel about clingy whores. So they're trying to turn men into bum ass niggas. Like they're trying to turn men into like some bum ass niggas. Like literally trying to break them down emotionally, mentally, spiritually, metaphysically, in every single way, so that then you as a woman can't come. You as a woman wouldn't be able to literally approach nor be with a real man. Because it was like every time they would always run to some clingy whore. That's what they've done. That's exactly what the fuck they're criminals of. Yeah, it's being disillusioned. Now, yeah, no, the emperor is mad as fuck over this shit. The real emperor is mad as fuck over this now. Because that's what the fuck has been happening now. That's how they've been abusing their mercy. It's like they never started anything. That's what it is. They're not a self-starter. They never started anything. They never worked through anything themselves. It was like, that's another thing. They never had any, they were trying to abuse the power of starting something yourself, right? Like basically, I'm a self-starter in a lot of ways, but at the same time, I gave myself the education. So that's what I mean as well. I gave myself the education to be able to do some things a certain kind of way, right? So they wanted to act as if the education, I don't even know, because this is the truth here. I don't know what it feels like to be treated as someone who has developed themselves, right? I don't know how it feels like to be treated who has honored themselves, who is taking care of themselves, who has everything in their power to put themselves in an upright position, to survive, to overcome. I don't know how it feels like. To me, individuals still want me to prove to them somehow. I'm busy doing my shit, bro. I'm busy surviving. You see what I'm saying? I'm busy surviving. I'm busy doing exactly what the fuck you want me to prove to you. You're the one that's blind to it. You're the one that's blind to it, not me. I'm doing what I got. Like, if I hadn't been doing it, I'd be dead already. They still want proof I'm alive. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. They still want proof I'm alive. They want proof I'm doing my best. They want proof of this, proof of that, proof of this, proof of... I'm like, you don't even believe the facts, man. You don't even believe the facts. You want me to prove to you the facts, like the... and proven. The facts are self-evident, and that's exactly what the fuck they can't accept, those clingy whores. Those clingy whores cannot accept self-evident reality, facts, see? Because they themselves are false. See? They're false. They don't have a legacy. They're false. They don't have a dynasty. They didn't work for anything in their lives. They didn't earn anything. They people, like, that's the mercy. So that's the mercy. People had just been giving them shit, it seems. People have just been giving shit to them. This is I'm so lost, bro. Like, I don't understand how that's possible. Like, so you're telling me from a very young age, from when they were a child, their parents fed them, their brothers fed them, their sisters fed them, their mothers fed them, their teachers fed them. Then it was their students, the people who were trying to claim to be their students fed them. Their workforce fed them. The government fed them. Everybody fed them. And they didn't do, that's the mercy. I've never experienced this shit before, bro. I've never experienced that shit before. I don't know what that is. I genuinely don't know what that is. They're also trying to act like people who've been fed by everyone would do the same thing they do. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. There are people who are, what is it? What are they called again? What are they called again? Oh my gosh. Bruh, chat has been trying to find a response since yesterday for some bullshit. One second, y'all. Hi. No, not trust babies. It's not just trust fund babies or rich kid yuppies. Yeah, we could say yuppies. There's some yuppies, like that's a good one, right? But that's not the one that I'm talking about. What is it called when someone is like a yuppie energy? Like oh my gosh. No, it's not just trust fund babies, not silver spoon. What is it called? Nepo, there it is. Nepo baby. So there are Nepo babies and like Nepo kids and stuff like that. Who would you call it? Are who would you call it? Who die themselves, right? Like just because they're from a family, right? There it is. Yeah, exactly. Which refers to favoritism showed by a family member or a friend, exactly, often for a job or advantage. They want to act like they weren't nepoed in. They were trying to act as if that's the favoritism. They were trying to act like they weren't in some sort of nepotism, that they weren't a they weren't given a position through nepotism. That's what it is. And they were projecting that like onto people. That's what it is, exactly. They were trying to project that onto people like me who might have had no, who could have had something through nepotism but chose to do it myself. You see what I mean? At the same time, it wasn't really much of a choice because I mean, I don't know if you want to be nepoed into something terrible like that. That's what I mean. It's like they were trying to act as if that they could have given the same kind of nepotist benefit that they received. That's what it is. But also acting as if they never received this. Yeah, now it's getting caught. That's it. They were trying to act like they weren't a nepo baby. Like the person who was doing this shit to me, like causing me all these issues, they were trying to act like they weren't a nepo baby, like they weren't given some favoritism from a whole bunch of people. But then forcing me to like, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Forcing me to like try and be like them or something, be how they want to be or like whatever. I don't know, bro. This is throwing me off. My ancestors are protecting me from this because I don't even understand what that is. Yeah, like they were trying to force there to be like they wanted to switch the role. They wanted to play. No, no. The answer is no, for real, no. They wanted to act as if that they are, like I said, they weren't a nepo baby. That's the thing. I can't. I can't. Like a trust fund kid, a nepo baby, yeah. They received a role through nepotism, and they were trying to hide this. They received what'd you call it? They received, what'd you call it? A position through nepotism, but they wanted to act as if that this was something that we that we had to pay karma for what they did in their position of nepotism. You see what I mean? It's like someone making, like, for example, someone giving them what'd you call it, a role in the government, right? So that, and then they go ahead and kill someone. Now we all have to suffer hell for murder that we never committed because they're the nepo baby. Do you see what I'm saying? Fuck that. That's crazy. That's not even that's not even how it works. That's not even how it works. What? Been getting rewards, but we didn't get that either, did we? So yeah, I don't know what the fuck that is. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, we're accepting the fact that they got their position through nepotism, that they were never meant to be in that role. Yeah, exactly. And now they're being kicked out is what it is. They're being kicked out of their role, their position, whatever the fuck it is. They're being kicked out. They're being thrown out. Because that shit was insane. That shit is crazy. Thrown the fuck out. Because they were trying to project exactly. There it is. Because they were trying to project that snake ass energy, that karma on people who they were trying to subjugate the experience of. Like they wanted to use them as a karmic vessel, like a tail. That's what I'm saying. Because they don't know where their tail is what it is. They're a snake and can't find their own tail. They're eating it. That's why. They're eating their own tail. They're eating their own tail. It's like also someone not realizing that they're the tail. That's another thing. Yeah, they're not realizing that they are the tail. That's what it is. They don't know that they're the tail, but they're getting eaten up. Eat them up. Yeah, that's it. That's why they were so fucking, because they like sold themselves or something. I don't fucking know, bro. That's none of my business. It's none of my business. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now the illusion is being seen. Exactly. It's being broken. And they're being seen as a Queen of Cups in reverse. Yep. Not a princess. Because they were a wannabe. They were a wannabe. A try-hard doppelganger energy. They were trying to be a doppelganger so bad. Yeah. They wanted to be that so bad. They wanted to be that which already exists. They wanted to be that which already exists. Yeah. They were trying to carry all the blessings too. It's crazy. That's what it was. They were trying to carry all the blessings, all the burdens, everything. Yeah, like I said, it was crazy. They were trying to be that which wasn't their own to be. And they were trying to take blessings, impart blessings, and take part of blessings, and take shares. And no, none of that. None of that. None of that. Yeah, exactly. The Six of Pentacles to the Three of Wands. Yeah, that's it. The commandment is being given to God. Because they wanted to take away, they wanted to receive commandment instead of God. Can you imagine? They wanted to receive commandment instead of God. Imagine? Yeah, that's what they were trying to do all the time. They were trying to move commandment. They were trying to act as if commandment was theirs. It was always like that. Like, man, it's crazy. Yeah. With the Queen of Cups in reverse energy again, bruh. You see? They're struggling to, like, they're not, it's a reality check. They can't use the Eight of Wands energy anymore. Reality check. They can't use communication. They can't lie. They can't compulsively lie. They can't cause any frequency exchange bullshit anymore. They can't try and make it seem like they have a position, a throne, or anything like that anymore. We've accepted that their judgment is false. We've accepted that they don't know shit. We've accepted that they can't do it. Yeah, the ancestors are commanding. Yeah, look. Oh, not death there. Yeah, the death angels are coming. Ooh, the angels are coming through as death angels in the situation. Yeah, death angels are coming through to pick them up. That's what's coming up. Yeah. At this point, the death angels are coming to pick up whatever they thought that they could build. Whatever foundation that they were nepoed in is going to God. Is going to God. That's it. Yep. The death angels are coming to pick up all the foundations and all the things that, that they were abusing. That's what's going on now. Yeah. Everything that they were nepoed into. Yeah, exactly. There's nothing romantic about the situation. It's gonna get ugly. It's very ugly. Yeah. Basically. Two of Wands energy with the Five of Cups and then the Ace of Wands. Yeah. People are seeing the pathway that they've tried to accept them and shit like that. They're seeing the revelation. Yeah, they're seeing the revelation of the path. there's people are starting to see revelations of different pathways is now what it is. We're ascending. Yeah. People are starting to see revelations of different pathways and they don't like that. They don't like that people are having foresight. That's what it is. Yep. People are starting to have more and more foresight about individuals like that and energies like that. Yeah. Foresight is rising in the situation. Foresight is rising. Yeah, exactly. People don't need to be told. Basically, they don't need somebody to tell them how things are. People are realizing their independence. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, they're starting to notice everything. Yep, they're starting to notice everything. They're literally like admonishing themselves off of, you guys collective are admonishing yourselves off of these people. Those people, these people, those people who would you call it who aren't articulate deliberately, who don't articulate deliberately in order to cause burdens. Yeah, they don't articulate deliberately in order to cause burdens. And it's being seen because people are starting to build more and more foresight about those individuals who aren't self-starters, but they want the optic of one. They want to be seen. I don't know what I don't know, bro. I don't know. Listen, when it comes to optics, I genuinely wouldn't know anything because the people have been seeing wrong for the longest time. So I don't even rely on optics anymore. And that's the thing. I don't rely on optics because it's like, yeah, once I have a result, I don't care about how people see it. Like genuinely, like I don't care anymore. Like see however you will. But then at the same time, it's coming to my attention now. It's coming to my, you know what I mean? Notice that if people really believe a certain thing about a result, then they will do everything in their power to attempt to take away that result from me, whether or not I made it myself or not. You see what I mean? Like, so it's like, if no matter how hard I explain to people how hard I work and how much I've done and what it is that I do and all that jazz, then they will do see what I mean? They do everything in their power to make it seem like, what'd you call it? Yeah, which is what that is. That's the energy. So where is that 5 of Cups coming from then? Where is that 5 of Cups coming from? Because it's gonna say the same thing, but it's gonna give us a different perspective. Yeah. Where is that 5 of Cups, please, Holy Spirit? Exactly. See, Queen of Cups in reverse. You see, told you. It's coming from the Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah. But yeah, exactly. You see what I'm saying? Trying to get in the 4 of Wands energy. See? Trying to get into the sanctity. They're trying to receive sanctity, but they're trying to abuse others to not receive sanctity. You see what I'm saying? So they received some sort of sanctity before in the past through some sort of nepotism. I didn't even know this was possible. That's what it was. That's what I was seeing. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I knew something about this. So, for example, for me, y'all, so my parent is a nepo baby, right? They received everything that they ever got through nepotism. They had houses, they had everything they had. But I was always a slave. Like I was basically the one who had to clean everything, had to cook everything, had to take care of her, had to take care of everyone, especially emotionally. I had to round everyone up. I had to do everything by myself. I had to like, you know what I mean? I paid for my own stuff by myself. I literally I started working when I was like 4 or 5 years old, right? So like my father as well had to do the same thing when it came to his family. But his family were nepoed in through the what'd you call it? They were nepoed in through the, what is it called again? The royal family in Africa, right? So you got the Fulani Hausa royal family through the Egyptian royal family, actually it was through the Ethiopian royal family, then through the Egyptian royal family, then through the Nigerian House of Fulani royal family. But my father had to go through the same thing I'm going through. You see what I mean? So it's like he also didn't get nepoed in. So that's why my biological mom, right? My former parents, right? My ex-parent was big on calling him like adopted type shit because it was about the nepotism. But The reason why my father received the position that he did at work is because he really fucking earned that shit. He earned it. He really did work through everything. He never took favor from flesh, blood, sweat, and tears, right? My parent, however, right, my former parent did not receive anything through hard work. She got her job by knowing my father. She got her house by knowing my grandmother. She got her money by taking off of my grandfather, by her ex-husband, her lovers, and so on and so forth. She got other job positions through reference by other people. I never could reference anyone because she, from the start of my life, already hated me. You see what I mean? She already didn't want me to be nepoed in, not to my father's family, not to my grandfather's family, my great-grandparents' family, not to her idea of a family. She wanted to make a family and then force me to be a slave of it. So she almost married someone who would have nepoed me in and then ostracized me away from that family, like on some Cinderella shit. Like she genuinely wanted me to not have anything. And then when I decided to do like my father did, follow in my father's footsteps and do everything by myself anyways, she came for me and tried to destroy everything in my life. Like, that's what I mean. And so that's what I'm talking about. Like, no, people don't, nepo babies don't do that shit. I'm pretty sure nepo babies worry about what color yacht they're gonna buy next, because they actually focus on continuing having finances and favoritism, whereas someone like that doesn't give a shit about continuance. You see what I mean? They think that everything is gonna be given to them forever. That's what I mean. So it was like, and I'm not just saying it about the karmic parent. It's other people like that who have received favoritism, like us as human resource fucking person. They got the job by knowing someone who knew someone who knew someone to know someone to get the job to stay in that position. Whereas me, when I knew someone to get that job, I still had to earn it. I still had to earn it. I still had to work hard. Ain't nobody give me nobody even told me good job for doing a good job. They all assumed that I don't know what the fuck it was. That's why I had to leave, because that human resources bitch. But that's the same thing here in this situation for you guys collective. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, they literally cause instability like a motherfucker. Yeah, they're addicted to the idea of permanence that they have. That's what it is. Finally, thank you, Jesus, God. Please, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Please, thank you so much, Holy Spirit, Heavenly Father. Please, thank you. That's what it is. Permanence. They're obsessed and possessive over a false concept of permanence that they can't have. It's a no. They've been cited too. Trying to come forward, trying to take it, trying to act in the place of it. Yeah, that's their ass. See, trying to act. It's not happening to them. Yeah, that they're, because it's like, look, it's not happening to them. That's what I'm saying. They're trying to, like, what is this? They're trying to act like the tower isn't happening to them. But they're also trying to act as if that they're receiving what we receive through our hard work and labor, when they received it through favoritism, and they're not. Yeah, exactly. They're not receiving shit. They're not receiving shit. Yeah, that's it. Time's up. Time's up for that. They're not receiving shit. Yeah. Because their addiction has been cited. They can't uphold some sort of addiction anymore. Yeah, they can't uphold some sort of addiction anymore. Yeah, they can't produce. That's what it is. They were trying to get rich quick schemes all the time. They were always trying to do get rich quick schemes. And then they were always trying to put other people in. They were trying to also covertly get rich quick through scheming. Yeah. So now all that is being caught. They're being cited. All of it is being noticed. Look at her. She's sleeping. She's so cute. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, they can't project lighthearted. They can't attract lighthearted messages or favoritisms, or yeah, they can't attract any of that anymore. They can't attract any of that anymore. They can't use false nepotism, false favoritism to attract any good news, good energy towards them anymore, because they were siphoning, they were literally blocking people so badly because they didn't want people to know that they weren't making any healthy choices in the position that they were in, and trying to block it as that you or everybody else wouldn't make any healthy decisions either. This shit is so fucking out of whack. Yeah, it's like really being seen. Yeah, that they were literally like, they were like, what is it called again? They were constantly making it seem as if like they were doing the most, they were lying. When are you men gonna fucking understand what the fuck a lie really does? Thou shalt not lie. So really, it said, I said in my haste, all men are liars. That's David admitting that he said it too quickly, like he said it fast. You see what I'm saying? It's not that it's true. It's that, you know what I mean, that it was just said. You know what I mean? Like, that's not true though, right? There you go. Exactly. So all men aren't liars. It was quick. It was too fast. That was something that was said too fast. Same thing as I said, they're not receiving or they're receiving. You know what I was saying? It's in haste. So they were trying to abuse people by causing haste for people, trying to cause haste. They were trying to control where haste was. So it was like, let's say you're dying in the hospital. You're sitting there, God forbid, but let's say you're sitting there. You're like, I need a liver. I need a liver. But because they want to get they want to get a French fries that day, it means that you must suffer the fate of not receiving a liver until it's too late because they want French fries. You see what I'm saying now? It was that kind of energy. Wherever it is they wanted to happen quickly for them, they wanted to cause that to be more important than actual things that needed haste. Yeah. And that's why David was coming out there in that confession. So that's it. All men genuinely are not liars. And so this is coming out like, when are you men gonna understand what a liar is? You know what I mean? Exactly. Because they're trying to make it seem like something is strung along. They're trying to string themselves along. It's so fucking irritating, bro. They don't want to take accountability is what it is. That's it. They're always trying to not take accountability. That's their main thing. They hastily force people to not see them as accountable. They cause people to be in haste to not see them as accountable. Giving that to God. They try to force people to be in haste to not see them as accountable, so that they can increase in reputation. Right? They want reputation. They want reputation. That's what they want. Is being given to God. Reputation is being given to God. God has a reputation for whooping their ass. God has a reputation for also blessing his children and putting mercy upon his children. They wanted to take that. You see, didn't I tell you? They wanted to take that commandment away from God. They wanted to act like God isn't the most merciful as if that they are. You see what I'm talking about now? That's it. Yeah, exactly. They were trying to make it seem like they were projecting as if that some sort of resolve would have been too hard for other people from their fucking, like, this is what's getting to me, bro. Like, this is what's really fucking getting to me. Like, I don't understand why the fuck anyone would really listen to them. I don't understand why people would look at someone with previous experience in anything whatsoever, has never experienced shit in their fucking life, is a Nepo fucking baby, has never experienced any kind of hardship, has never earned any kind of reward off of anything, listen to somebody else and tell them, like, listen to somebody else, hear that person tell them that somebody who's been through shit, worked their whole life for a certain position, and something for themselves, has received rewards through their hard work and effort, and then say that that person doesn't deserve a certain position because as if that they hadn't earned it. What the fuck? That's straight up confusion. Like, they're literally going around and being like, what? Like, this is the same thing. Like, I'm gonna explain to you how fucking crazy people get when they get into that energy. My ex, right? My ex who stalked me for the longest, right? He was tired of, like, people not listening to him because he was a Nepo baby type shit. That he straight up would come to my live streams in front of all my high school mates that I went to high school with in Nigeria and started yelling at them, don't believe her. She's not even Nigerian. These are people I grew up with. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's how crazy they fucking look. They don't like, it's insane. It's insane. Like, they literally, like, someone will watch me struggle. Someone will watch me get beaten the fuck up. Someone will watch me go through all this shit. And then some random ass person from out of the fucking blue, out of nowhere, comes out and just says some, and only says some insane shit. And then everybody's just supposed to believe them? Like, you don't know what kind of ulterior motive that person has. Then they want to act like as if that, you know what I mean? It's insane. That's how they want to make money quick. They want to put you in a get rich quick scheme. That shit doesn't even give you $1. It doesn't. It doesn't even give you a little bit. It doesn't even give you the power to get $1. Yeah, that shit is literally so burdensome. Yeah, exactly. They're false. Actually, they're under judgment now. Because they can't get, because that's stopping them from getting to whatever it is, the God that they were going to get. Whatever communication, whatever it is that they, with some sort of acceptance, reputation, some sort of reputation, yeah. They wanted a reputation. They wanted some sort of reputation to make people see them in an optic, right? You see what I mean? To get an optic out of that reputation. Yeah. They're being seen as someone who never invested into any kind of independence nor stability. They're extremely codependent. Yeah, exactly. That's it. They're being seen as someone who's like, what'd you call it? Who, yeah, they're getting a reputation for being extremely fucking hasty, for being a fucking love bomber, for being, for abusing their nepotism. Yeah, for abusing the favor. Yeah, exactly. For abusing favor. Yeah, that they cause trauma, for causing trauma. They're being seen as a cause of trauma. Yeah, they're not going to be healing anytime soon, is what it is. They're not giving any power to heal either, is what it is. Yeah, they're being stopped because they were never willing to heal. They rejected healing. That's what it is. They rejected healing. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. That's what it is. That was mercy. Like that's crazy. I knew I didn't be mad. So it was like yeah, that's what I thought. 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 Yep. Because they were really trying to act like this was they rejected healing. That's real bad. They rejected being not being a clingy whore anymore. The story that I'm hearing about what really happened, what really went down is insane. You know what I mean? It's really pretty fucking crazy. Like I'm laughing my ass off. Anyways, I'm glad that it's the truth though. Yeah, because they were look at this. They were projecting illusion as if that people weren't like, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. See, look at their eyes. They thought that they got something. They thought that they got something from the Emperor energy. They thought that they were going to. That's how the shit would be believable, Ivy. I can't laugh. My body is in too much pain. My body's hurting. Okay, my body's hurting. Okay. Yeah, I can't laugh. Dead, but I have to. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Basically. I have to laugh anyway. Oh my gosh, wait. Wait. Is that how I can heal? Okay. I can go. wait. I have to relearn how to laugh. Hold on. I have to go. Wow, I'm so fucked up, y'all. Don't smoke. Never smoke. I'm getting dizzy. Don't smoke. Yeah, I'm gonna heal this. But it's right there. Those are my lungs. Oh. You see? You guys won't believe me, but you guys never want to believe me, but I died, you know? And I was paralyzed for a very long time, like a zombie. And so I wouldn't really feel what was going on in my body, right? But I could when yeah, and so smoking was like a huge thing for me where it was like I could actually feel like my throat and my chest, but I couldn't feel my chest. There's also a lie where doctors said that you couldn't feel your brain, but I do. As soon as I was able to break out of the brain paralysis stuff, then I started feeling my brain. Then I started feeling my hands? I think it was my hands right after. Yeah. Yeah. I started feeling my hands right after. And then, but I couldn't feel like my shoulder blades. Like my shoulder blades were really hard to feel. Yeah, I couldn't feel that up until I took up swimming and stuff like that and tennis. So then I could feel those. And then I couldn't feel obviously my back and spine, but the moment that I did it, I almost fell into another paralysis because that's what killed me, right? Is that I had a herniated disc, or technically my disc was dislodged out of my spine, and so I died because I couldn't get any more neurotransmitter to my brain. I couldn't get any more information into my brain. Basically, I died. But like my heart, I'm pretty sure everything stopped. My whole body stopped. My brain, my heart wasn't getting it, right? But then later I was risen, you know what I mean? By Christ and stuff. So I guess God defibrillated my body or something, and then I came back to life. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. Hey, I resurrected, and then I got the power of resurrection, basically. So then, what'd you call it? after that, after my back healed, right, it's still healing till this day. It's still healing. Like, I remember I was doing my workout and I was like, holy shit, I can feel my back again. Like, I can feel my spine again. Like, and I was like, oh my god, it's pretty fucked up. Yeah, like, even when I press it now, I can feel it. Like before, that's how, when it was still fresh and I would press it, I would really feel it, right? So yeah, I'm disabled in a lot of ways, but what'd you call it? That doesn't stop me from living. Okay, so basically, I ended up like not feeling, but I could feel like places, like I could feel my stomach. My stomach is one of my more sensitive areas. So I can feel my stomach very well. I can feel my intestines. And now I can feel my intestines even more now. It didn't feel the same way as it did before. I think it was just more numb before. When your body parts are numb, you feel the surrounding area, which is rather than feeling, it's not feeling, it's like feeling the life rather than the organ. You see what I mean? So when you feel life, you think, oh, I feel alive, right? But really it's everything that's trying to keep you alive. And then like the more you take advantage of that, the more it moves away. It does the opposite. It corrupts the energy rather than heals it. So you want to bring it together and bring more consciousness to the focal point, to the center of it all, so that it brings healing closer and closer. So like if you ever do your meditation and you're bringing your healing to certain parts of your body, right, you, instead of focusing on the surrounding, like you can feel the energy, like the surrounding energy, focus more on the center, healing there so it can come through, right? I don't know if you saw that, but yeah. Something got taken out. Yeah, I know that you guys let, yeah, look, what the hell. Yeah, some sort of lie got taken out. What the fuck? Yeah, some sort of lie got taken out. Yeah, I knew it. It's that false out lock. I told you guys. They were trying to, yeah, I caught them. They've been cited. Yeah, they've been caught lying or something. They've been caught lying, and they've been caught suppressing or attempting to suppress, or what is that? Lying and agitating. Yeah, they were caught agitating. Yeah, trying to agitate the strength. Yeah, exactly. They were caught trying to agitate so that people would be blind to something. Yup, exactly. They were caught trying to agitate. Yup, that's what that is. Yup, that's it. They were caught trying to agitate me. Wow, that's so funny. Not a direct contact. What was that? It sounded like a fax machine. Fuchsia? They were caught trying to agitate me. Yeah. Yep. They were caught trying to agitate me. That was the whole point, was to cause agitation, huh? It was through agitation. Yeah. So the real power is being seen now in the situation. Yeah. And the falseness is falling. Yeah, they're being seen as extremely ugly. They were also trying to siphon like beauty, like charm away. Like it was crazy. They were trying to project a lot of this charming energy. It's just so annoying, honestly. So irritating. Yeah, like it was like, that's, I knew it. They were trying to siphon a lot of like magnetism away from people. I don't know how to explain it. It was like, okay, you know, like the girlfriend boyfriend effect situation, right? So it's like, if a girl that's high vibrational, like a high vibrational feminine energy, is with a guy, right? Then she shares, is with a lovers with a guy, right? Then she shares her high vibrational energy with that lover. The lover becomes more attractive, and then other women see the lover as attractive, magnetic. But the other women aren't the only ones who see the lover as attractive. Everything sees the lover as more attractive. You see what I'm saying now? Yeah, exactly. Everything sees the lover as more attractive. Now, a high vibrational man being with a woman that, you know what I mean, is not in up to his vibrational frequency, that high vibrational man, it's like a pouring of the cup. It's a balancing. You see what the two cups is? It's balancing. It's like it balances the vibrational frequency so that you can come up to the same level. You see what I'm saying? But if there's a clingy whore around, right? She's the one that is attempting to make it seem as if she has already premonized herself to be the lover for that lover. You see what I'm talking about now? And in that sphere of a reality that isn't real and doesn't exist, she's attempting to siphon that lover's energy in order to now force them to feel this like entrapped with that person, with the clingy whore. You see what I'm saying now? It's like future faking. It's agitating. That's agitating because it's a false premonition, and it's causing a false premonition, and it's also a false vision. It's also like it's a lot of that, and it's causing people to, it's like basically this is why foresight is being elevated away, because it's like they were trying to block foresight with false premonition. That's why it's agitating. Yep, and they were caught doing that, attempting to make it seem like they would premonize something, but really it was to cause, to exactly, to make it seem as if that they were in alignment, sharing resources and energy with someone that they were fantasizing about, in a dark fantasy about. Exactly. See, to act, and this is the thing that they were trying to act like was their job. You see what I mean? They were trying to act like this was their job. This was so, and they were trying to cover it up with nepotism. That's the action that they were trying to act as if was the actual action that the job asked for. It's like you ask them, okay, so what is it that you do whenever a situation like that happens? They'll give you a straight up lie. Then when you're watching them in action, it's even worse than you thought. Like, that's what it is. Yeah, and they were trying to build a false legacy dynasty off of that. And then every time they would get caught, they were trying to act like I was supposed to heal them, or we were supposed to heal them. Hell no. Yeah, they're getting caught with that now. Yeah. Them and their tail are getting caught with that now. Yup, that's it. So there it is. What is about that King of Cups? And yup, that's it right there. That's them. Yep. So it's like individuals with like who abandon people continuously, agitate. So they're strung along by clingy whores. It's a clingy whore and their mini-me type shit. You see what I mean? They get strung along by clingy whores, and then that was weird. Yeah, they get strung along by clingy whores, and then they get and then they try to force their abandonment issues on others. That's the guys that that's what they try to cause. They try to make real men be strung along by them, and then abandon. Yeah, exactly. That's why it's Queen of Cups in reverse coming through. But it's like they want to make, because they want the King of Cups in reverse energy to give them the Queen of Cups in energy upright. But the only energy that they're getting upright is not upright. Sorry, the only energy that they're getting is Queen of Cups in reverse. You see the haste? You see what I'm saying now? They want to abuse swiftness. You see what I'm talking about now? They want to abuse swiftness. I don't really give a shit. This is one of those things again. Remember I was telling you guys, oh my gosh, remember I was telling you guys about like the name part. You will say a name, and all of a sudden everybody's trying to get at you, because it's like, I'm not talking about no motherfucking swift. I'm talking about swiftness with a quickness. Oh my gosh, bro. I'm talking about, oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. We need to start making names like real again. Swift. We need to start making names real. Make names real and make names real again, okay? Moving quickly, okay? Swift movement, rapid action, rapid action. They were trying to take advantage of rapid action. They were trying to abuse rapid action. They were trying to make things seem as if they were under their control. They were trying to make people act and behave it like with a false rapid action. You know, like this is what I'm saying. They wanted people to act impulsively, but also like take advantage of people whose impulses lead them the right direction, like the emperor. You see what I'm saying? Their impulses lead them the right direction. The emperor does. The emperor is a very rapid active energy. You see what I mean? So the divine masculine may do shit that we don't understand, but it's always right. Why? Because God is the one. God is the one. I shit you not, is the one. But they want to act like, no, that's impossible for you to make fast action and then also get something out of it. But then they want to do fast action and get something out of it, but that's not their belief system. You see what I mean? They don't actually have faith that something good will come out of fast action. And they're right, because they don't have no fucking right to get good shit from their false ass rapid action. Especially get rich quick. You see what I mean? They're trying to get rich quickly. Emperor in reverse energy. See, curse hungry. Look, they're trying to, I'm telling you, they're trying to also make 100+ people curse hungry. It's like they're trying to make people like obsessed with putting a curse on someone because like they're a nepo baby and they get to, or some shit like that. Yeah, exactly. They feel like they have some sort of nepotism title that puts them in a position where that they get to. Yeah, you see what I'm talking about now? Like, I'm not talking about them. And maybe I am, but it's not only them. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so that's what it is. There's 100 more motherfucking people just like that. That's what it is. There's 100 people just like that. Or maybe it's just, no, that doesn't seem right at all. What is that? They're trying to make it seem like there's people more like that, but no, it's just a couple like individual. I don't know how to explain it, you guys. Oh, they're trying to make it seem like they got numbers. That's what I'm trying to say. They're trying to make it seem like they got numbers. There's all these nepo people with job positions and titles and all this stuff that take advantage of you and da-da-da-da-da. No. It'll be someone in just a really, in a false high position. It's one person in a really high position trying to make it seem like they got backup. No, the fuck they don't. Yeah, no, the fuck they don't. They're not getting a rebirth and they're not getting healing. Yeah, they're not getting rebirth. They're not getting healing. They're being destroyed. They're being obliterated. That's it. Yeah, destiny is here. Yeah, destiny is here. Because yeah, that's the spiritual wickedness in high place now. I really see it. It's like, what'd you call it? It's literally nepotism. I literally thought why it was spiritual wickedness in high places. That's nepotism. Those are negative nepotists, bad nepotists, or nepo babies. Yeah, bad nepo babies, bad trust fund kids, bad. You know what I mean? What's a lapo baby? What the fuck is that? Yeah, basically, they're what you call it? Yeah, they're a nepo baby. Because a good nepo baby may be someone who, what you call it? Gets funds and funded by their family members, and like, you know what I mean? They get funded by the government and get funded by, you know what I mean? They might not work for, like, fuck the optic of it. They might not work. See what I mean now? Why the optic is all everywhere and fucking crazy? That's what I'm talking about. It's like they might not receive their wealth by traditional or even the unconventional ideas of working. But whatever that they work, good nepo babies, is a different kind of work. You see what I mean? They might mock their way through life. You know, monks are technically seen as nepo babies, right? That's what I'm saying. Monks, they just because they limit themselves in the way that they do what it is that they do, right? They might not be on boats and yachts, you know what I mean, and buy, but that's because they don't believe in materialism like that. You know what I mean? But that's an individual personality. That's what I'm trying to say here. It's like not everybody who's a nepo baby is a terrible person. Sometimes they're actually really godly people. Like sometimes they're really nice people who just, you know what I mean, are, were doctored into a specific lifestyle. You know, that's what it is. It's like there are people who are doctored into a lifestyle. And then there's people who knew that they got doctored into that lifestyle and refused to actually live that lifestyle, and then also chose to do negative things with the position. Like, you know what I mean? Wrong tool energy. That's what I'm saying. Is that's definitely not the lifestyle of the people who gave them that position. But they wanted other people to see it that way. They wanted to bring it down that way. Like act as if that this was something that was provided to them. That's what I'm saying. To act as if that this was something like as if that they received divine feminine power and everything in the world, but they didn't get anything. Because that would have been as a result of actually doing what they were supposed to do as a nepo baby, but they didn't get shit. They didn't get shit, bruh. Yeah, the cycle is complete. They want to act like because they were doctored into something, because that's some prideful ass Luciferian shit. You see what I'm talking about now? Because they got doctored into a position, because that they were nepoed in, that means that they are. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no. Oh my gosh. How do I explain this, bro? I don't know how to explain this at all. Oh, this is also a huge problem I had. So, not me, but like I was having with people. It was like, just because someone becomes an art teacher doesn't see that their past is filled with art. You see what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Okay? So it's like just because someone became like an English teacher doesn't mean that they have an art degree. You see what I'm talking about now? They want to act like because that they're an art teacher or an English teacher or whatever the fuck it is, that they should be respected in that arena. But the respect would have come from them having the degree and having the solution, or even learning for themselves, or even providing the teachings in accordance to what the curriculum allows you to learn, so that you would be able to grow and evolve. So that you would be able to become a better person, so that you would be able to learn the English, learn the Spanish, learn the fucking art. But that's not what the fuck they do. You see what I'm talking about? It's like someone wanting to be in a position, like they want to be a nanny, for example. So they want to get respected as a nanny. But what do? They go in there and they steal the people's alcohol. They take advantage of the children. They want to abuse everybody there, and they want to run away and then still be called a nanny. Like that's not how it works. See what I'm saying? Also, that's none of those are all metaphors. Okay, those are not real. Okay, that is all a projection, by the way, of what you call it, of what somebody wanted to mirror, like of their own issue. So how I came up with that example is not me coming up with it. Is that somebody wanted to make it seem as if those were real issues that people were having, but that was actually a projection that they were projecting on those people that I just removed. You see what I mean? Which is why I'm saying that it doesn't make sense. They're trying to imply that their issues are the same things that other people have by projecting onto them. You see what I mean? For whatever reason. The person, the reality of the situation, that person may be trying to act as if they're a mother. They may be trying to act like they're a mother, but they aren't a mother behaving the way that they behave. Okay? Trying to sell their child off, trying to force their child into human slavery, not being there for their child. It's not as them to feed your child. They were trying to act like it would have been them spoiling their kid, spoiling their child if they were to feed them. Can you imagine? And they were projecting as if as if other people had positional issues and it wasn't them. Same thing with that other person. Yeah, there they are, seduction. You see what I mean? Look, temptation, third-party interference. Every time there's love, uniqueness, oneness, there they are. Whenever I say mother, I mean the mother that God created for us, not them. The commandment goes to God. That's why mother came through anyways. Real mother came through anyways. They can't uphold whatever false seduction it is they keep on doing, trying to seduce and energies. Bro, I don't think you understand. Have you ever seen one of them homeless motherfuckers? Like, I'm talking truly homeless, who's like on meth type of energy that did it to themselves, right? Rotten teeth and everything. And then they flash you. Like flash you. They flash their dick to you, or they flash their vagina to you. And like, you know, one of them clingy whores. That's what I mean by clingy whore. They like flash their vagina to you. And then they're like, come fuck me, come fuck me, come fuck me. That's what they're calling seduction. Trying to be creative with it is not going to help. That's your mind trying to convince you you're not seeing what you're seeing. The difference between what was occurring, right? The truth of the scenario and what there actually are, you will see the difference. But they were always trying to act like, you know, I tried it too. It didn't work for me. I don't like that shit. But like, that's what it is in the situation. See, they're trying to act like there's like a mask on them. It's like they're trying to act like they are masking something. Like you don't really know. That's why when you say, no, I don't want to do that, they're like, who even wants to fuck you anyways? Like kind of energy. Ain't nobody trying to fuck you anyways. Nobody was talking to you. Nobody's trying to fuck you. Like that, they do that. That's what I mean. It's because they don't realize they're not wearing a fucking mask. Like they're not. The mask already fell off a long time ago. That's what I meant by when my ex came through on my live stream with all my high school friends and is saying some shit like, oh, like, because that's what they really want people believing. They want people believing that. Whatever it is that they want people believing, people are starting to see exactly what it is. Do you understand? Because they can't be covert anymore. People are accepting, literally, people are accepting that they were literally trying to cause delusion to people, trying to ruin people's new start, new chances, new opportunities, trying to come. They were a predator. People are starting to see them as a predator, someone who is predatory towards second chances, someone who's predatory towards people who are trying to give themselves a second chance or even a chance at all. That's what it is, trying to be predatory towards people who are innocent, exactly, who have earned innocence or are innocent. You see what I mean? They're trying to stop, like they're trying to, what is that? They're trying to disgrace people. That's what it is. They keep on trying to disgrace people, cause disgrace for people. They keep on trying to cause disgrace for people. Like they're obsessed with trying to cause disgrace for people. It's like they hate people. That's what it is. They hate people. They hate communities. They hate groups. They hate societies. It's like the same people who were there for them, they hate them. Like that's what it is. Like they hate anyone who's actually, they were projecting all that energy on yeah. This is the truth. It's finally being revealed. They were trying to block people from, it's like, I don't know how to explain it, bro. That's it. It's cycle complete. Yeah, it's a cycle complete when it comes to their fucking trying to cause Five of Cups, Five of Wands energy. It's over. Yeah, because people are starting to see that they were lying. Yeah, exactly. That they were lying. Lying about, like, they were lying about being there for someone to help them with their foundation, help, like, yeah, they were lying about being there to help build someone up. They were lying about being there to support someone, and that they were also lying, trying to make money off agitating people. It's like agitating people, trying to cause people to be sick so that they're dependent on them. Yeah, trying to cause people to be mentally sick or spiritually sick, or sick in their empathy, or sick in some sort of way, sick in any kind of way. Yeah, to destroy them, to cause them to be dependent on them. Yeah, to falsify, so that then whenever those individuals were to receive some sort of unconditional love, when God is there to be merciful upon them, right? That they thought that they would then steal that mercy that God is giving them, so that they would act as if that they're the ones to deserve it. And now they're getting caught. This is like divine judgment. Yeah, this is divine judgment. Yeah, because they never earned it. They never earned it. That's how they were trying to get into the situation, to cause people to feel stuck in their ways. You see what I'm talking about? They wanted people stuck in their ways. You see what I mean? Like, they wanted me to be stuck in their ways. Do you see what I'm saying now? They wanted me to be stuck in their ways. Whatever way that they were doing, whatever the fuck it is that they were doing, they wanted to convince everyone that I was the one doing it, and that I had been stuck there ever. But that was never a real thing. That never existed. That never happened. That's how they were trying to switch roles and everything. So for you, collective, they wanted you to get stuck in their ways. You see what I mean? That's the corruption. First, you would have had to accept and agree to the terms and conditions and all that jazz, and go through a 10-step program, and then fall into a scamming regime cult situation, go through all this jazz, to get initiated into, get punished, and then abused, and then, and then maybe you would have been doing what it is that they were doing. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of fucking wasting life to get to do what they were doing. And then you would have had to be stuck there. That's a lot. That's what I mean by it was a lot that they were doing. That's what makes them like so, that's the devil wannabe energy. That's what makes them a devil wannabe. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. There's a lot, and then that's what it is. People wanted to, like, yeah, they wanted to also falsify the accepting of terms and conditions and all that jazz. They wanted to falsify a whole bunch of shit. They wanted to, like, that's the only, like, oh my gosh, bro, like, I don't know how to explain this. It's like someone trying to get somebody's mansion, right, by hiring a false family to pretend like as if that they are the owners of that mansion, and then falsify paperwork for each of those individuals and themselves. And then when they get to that mansion, they attempt to sue the people, the original owners, and act as if the falsified documents as if were the real documents, and acting as if that the real documentation and the history behind the documentation and the years and all the bloodlines and all the millions and all that jazz were as if never existed, and it was never real, and that as if those were fake. But it would have been really much harder to fake those things than to fake, right, the documentation. You know what I mean? It's like, and they were trying to convince the court that the documentation they had gave them legal rights for somebody else's property. Yeah, exactly. See, they wanted to act like they were so burdened by upholding some sort of alignment when it wasn't theirs. See what I mean? They weren't in alignment. They weren't given any kind of, it's like the power of alignment. Yeah, exactly. They wanted to act like they were upholding the power of alignment or something. What is this, Holy Spirit, Heavenly Father? That's what it is. Power of alignment. Okay. So power of alignment is here. And yeah, that's what allows for romantic desire, romantic truth, romanticism. So they wanted to control the power of alignment. Those energies, those individuals wanted to control the power of alignment. I don't even know what to say when it comes to that. Sorry, the way that I froze for a second in that pose. But basically, it's like they wanted to control the power of alignment, the power that aligns, the power that allows for alignment in certain aspects or not. Yeah, they wanted to control how people also saw the power of alignment. This is so much, man. Like, I don't care anymore. See, I'm relying fully on God right now. I think this is my lesson in this situation. I'm relying on God that this won't happen again. Okay? So this was me building, what is it called again? Trust, I guess, with God. Is it trust? What is that called? It's like me building partnership. I don't know. Like, what is it? Like, of course I trust the Most High God. Man, my whole body is doing some. So basically, what the heck? So basically, oh, what is this called again? Because it's a lesson, I can really tell. They're not a lesson for me at all. But what'd you call it? It's like when it comes to, yeah, perseverance, trusting God to help me persevere and help ones that I love, those that belong in my life, to persevere as well. Is that what it is? Yeah, okay. That I don't need to test myself or my perseverance so that I may persevere in a situation. So trust that God is the one persevering through me, that I am strong enough to persevere with Him. That's what it is. That's the trust that I'm talking about. That's why I was like, trust. Really, what is that? I can't really explain what that is, but what is that? What is that energy? And that's what it is, that they're not persevering. They will not be seen as perseverant in a situation. God is not going to let them persevere. God is not letting them persevere. Exactly, because they're a conflict. They're conflicting. They're quarrelsome. Yeah, oh my gosh. See, there it is. They're always causing quarrels when it comes to preparation, arrangement, See, assignment, arrangement, preparation, promptness, readiness, perseverance. That's what it is here. I'm trying to say, bro. Before I can do anything, before I'm to persevere in this type of situation, before I'm about to do what it is that I gotta do, they want me to waste all my time because it's already 3, bruh. That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? Because they wanna break people's schedules because they wanna be scheduled in on they wanna control their schedule. You see what I'm talking about, bro? Like, I don't understand this kind of bullshit. It's so fucking stupid, bro. My schedule and her schedule have nothing to do with one another. I don't have to be stopped so that they can receive a good schedule. They just can't get a good schedule, and that's not my problem. I'm tired of it. See? I'm blessed, they're not. That's it. Trying to stop my blessing isn't gonna get them any more blessed. I don't know why the fuck that's not being understood. Fucking delusional. I could be going, you're telling me that me, if I leave the country, right? I'm still disturbing you. But I was always disturbing you. I wasn't a part of your fucking life. The same way I'm not now. Huh? That's what's really getting to me. It's like they really don't understand that they've been doing this to so many more people than they think. And that I was the last person they had to do it to for it to really come into picture. I'm the last person you get to fuck over in anyone's life. Do you understand? I'm the last person anyone gets to fuck over. I'll be damned if I see any more innocent people get fucked over by a nigga bitch like that. Do you understand? I'll be motherfucking damned. They didn't call me Queen of Damnation for no motherfucking reason. And that's the thing. See what I'm saying? Blind origin. See? They don't know. They have no idea. They're blind to origin. They're blind to the origin of the blessings. They're blind to where everything is coming. They're blind to the they're blind to prepare. They're blind to persevere. They're blind. Their heart is blind. It's not my business, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. It's like someone coming to you because they're missing an arm and then trying to act like you stole their arm. But you've always had that arm. Like you've always, ever since you were a child, you were born with that arm. But one day, some random person decided that they were going to do, I don't know, do heroin on that arm. So now that arm has fallen off. For some reason, now it's your fault. You've never told that person to do heroin. You never told that person. You don't know who that person is. You've never communicated with that person in your life. Like you're just seeing the person just comes out of fucking nowhere and is now trying to act like your arm is their arm. Like that's pretty crazy, right? That'd be fucking insane, right? That's how I feel about the situation. Imagine me, I work my whole motherfucking life for a position for what it is that I'm trying to do and doing what it is that I'm doing. Then some random ass fucking person try to act like that's their position. That's what? That's insanity. The crazy part about the whole situation is that I built the position for myself. I really made the position for I really did. I really made the position. I built it. What did you call it again? I really built the position for myself. I really built the fates for myself to get into. I did my fates to succeed. You see what I'm saying? I made it my fates to succeed forever. But because they're pissed that they couldn't, it's not, what do you want me to do? That's why you shouldn't be competing where you're not supposed to be comparing. That's why. You're not supposed to compete where you don't compare. You don't compare where you don't compete. I don't know why it is that you thought that nepotism was going to, like, I don't know. So whenever I'm asking for mercy, whenever it's like they're acting like I would never get mercy. That's what it is. Maybe I'm building fates for myself to succeed so that I would get mercy. So mercy would be upon me. Because, I mean, what is this about? Like, it's not fair. That's what's not fair about the situation. It's like, how come someone will get a position through nepotism, or be in a position through nepotism, or get something through nepotism, but me, that I work hard, right, and I still don't get it, even if I work hard for it, right? I ask for mercy since I didn't get what it is that I was working for my whole fucking life, right? I'm now supposed to suffer. You see, how does that make sense? You know, if someone, if an Olympiad, right, if an Olympiad doesn't get first place, it doesn't mean that they get fucking killed and that they now are homeless. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of reality do these people live? They're trying to act like because they did all these negative things their whole life and they didn't get to do the negative harm that they wanted to get done, that they should be given another chance to continue doing the negative. Like, that's fucking insane. That's why it's a devil wannabe ass energy, because that doesn't exist. It's not real. You know what devil is backwards? Lived. Isn't it backwards? Lived? Isn't it DEVIL, right? LIVED, exactly. It's lived. They're doing something that's already been done before, and they're trying to act like it's something new. It's not. I can't believe it took you this long to figure that out. Like, see, evidence in reverse. There's no evidence that I received any mercy, first of all. That's what's coming through. There's no evidence I received any mercy. There's evidence I received mercy from God. There's evidence I received kindness from my ancestors. There's evidence that I received charity from the Most High, from the angels. But there's no evidence I received any mercy here on earth. There's just no evidence. See, loneliness, and then there's the promise. You see, there's plenty of evidence that I've been surrounded by loneliness. That's why my cat keeps on screaming. So that's what it is. So that was Satan. Fuchsia. Don't talk to Satan. What the fuck? I rebuke Satan in the name of Jesus. Amen. Was it satanic or satanic forces or angels of disappointment, dullness, isolation? I don't know what that is. But there's been plenty of evidence that I was lonely and alone. That's what it was. And then I was faithful. See, there's faith here. Responsible, confirmation, assurance. Exactly. I knew that loneliness was here. I knew it. I knew I wasn't tripping. See, I knew I wasn't trying to kill myself because I was like, you know what I mean? Come here. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that was. Yo, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm still, I don't know. But there's plenty of evidence that I was, you know, disappointed, isolated, put into dullness. Like, I was living a dull life. Like, there was plenty of evidence that I just wasn't getting it. I wasn't getting anything. That I was made a disappoint. Like, I was made to be disappointed. See, disappointment, isolation, and isolated. There was plenty of evidence of that. And that I was asking for mercy. That's why I wanted to get married. You see? That's why I wanted to get married, because I didn't want to be in that energy anymore. I thought that it would be better if I wasn't in that energy anymore. Like, someone was definitely dependent on me being isolated all the time and alone and dull. Yeah, exactly. And sick. You see what I mean? Sick with loneliness. They were dependent on me being weak and sick and loneliness and like destitute is the energy. And then they were also trying to act like I was receiving mercy when it wasn't even being given to me, it wasn't being provided to me. They kept, I think that they were stealing it. Yeah, exactly. So what's coming through is that God had been providing me mercy, but it wasn't coming to me, is what I'm seeing, right? Holy Spirit. So all this that I survived was really my own power, as Abby, yeah, justice is the original power that God gave me. It wasn't anything that he was then later on giving me because I was asking for it. Yeah, look, overload. Yeah, exactly. Accident. See? I literally wasn't receiving taking it. They kept on trying to take it. Every time I was trying to, like, it wasn't safe for mercy to be begotten by me. Yeah, exactly. See, blessings are here. I knew it. I knew it. My thing is that, you know what I mean? I can't be requesting God himself to come down to give me the blessing of mercy just like that. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like that. I feel like that's not right. You know what I mean? But oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening, but I feel like if that were something that God were willing to do, to come down himself to give me his mercy, then I would ask for that. Yeah, I would be willing to accept it. I'd be willing, I'd give my consent to the most high God to do that. Absolutely. You know what I mean? If God is willing to send, like, whatever it is to send directly to me to accept mercy, then I would be willing to accept it. Yeah, exactly. Look, management, plan, organize. Yeah. So finally, yeah, whatever that entity is. Oh my gosh, it was a fallen angel. They were like a fallen angel, like they were like a shadow of an angel, or maybe I don't know. That were trying to cause disturbances or something. It was like they're seeing what they could have been, or what they were in the past, or that I don't know. I don't really care anymore. But basically, moving on. Yeah, now it's like aligning itself properly. Thank you, Holy Spirit, Heavenly Father. The real power is here. Yeah, because real estate in reverse. But I couldn't receive, like, see, I couldn't receive marriage and stuff like that because I didn't have, so for those of you guys who don't know, I was homeless for the longest time. I was homeless for the longest time. I'm still like under like threat of being homeless again because what you call it, because I was sabotaged here as well multiple times, and it was like it was safer for me to learn the lesson here than it would have been over there, right? Because in that situation they were trying to, it was too much, like I can't explain it, but yeah, it was just too much experience. They wanted me to suffer, not have anywhere to go, not have anywhere to be, and not get any mercy for it. And it's like, yeah, nightmare. You see what I'm saying? They want, like, that's all it was, that they were trying to, like, it didn't matter. Like, they were trying to make it seem like even if I were to be married, it wouldn't matter, that then it would be like both of us homeless type shit. Like, it was crazy. But that's the thing. That's what they were attracting. Friendship, justice, perseverance. They were trying to attract to themselves my friendship, my justice, my perseverance, the mercy that God puts upon me. But at the same time, it was like I wasn't receiving this. I'm still like, yeah, like they just tried to, they've been decided trying to take it. Yeah, the enemy is overloaded. They can't hide the fact that they lost. I don't know. They can't hide the fact that they're defeated. Yeah, they're defeated. Yeah, they're trying to, like, it's done. The collaboration is for yeah, the assignment in the situation for the mercy to be brought upon me and the collective, because it was like mercy for something that it's like mercy for something we how do I say it, for something that we did when we couldn't do anything. That's the thing. mercy for what we could have done, what we could, mercy for what we could do, not what we couldn't have done. Exactly. Mercy for what we could do and did do, and for, yeah, for us, instead of, call it, mercy for what was done, and what'd you call it? What'd you call it? What hadn't been done. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Because saving in reverse, now they're caught. They were never planning on helping. Yeah, they were never planning on helping. They were only focused on arrogance. Like, they were only focused on on the nepotism, the fact that they were nepoed in. They were focused on the fact that they were nepoed in something, and that was it. That was it. Their main focus was trying to make people, like, yeah, exactly. They were never trying to, they were, they were nepoed into something, and that's all that their main focus was. Yeah, making it seem like people would have died to be nepoed in the same way. Like, they were trying to create envy around being nepoed into a position, and now they're being thrown out. That's it. Yeah, stop energy with luck. Yeah, family schedule, luck, family schedule, friendship, endorsement in reverse, imagination. Yeah, they were trying to literally make it seem as if that they had what everybody had but better. This is on some Gigi Hadid situation. Hold on, not that Gigi Hadid is bad or something like that, but I'm saying it's like a, yeah, even Gigi Hadid knows exactly what I'm talking about right here. It's like making it seem like, oh, like, yes, this is what my parent did as well. Making it seem like people would die to the position, like, oh, anyone would die to be my slave. Like, you have to be my slave because anyone would die to be my slave. Like, people would die, like, if they weren't my slave. You know what I mean? Like, that's the energy. Like anyone would give up their souls to be my pet. Like, kind of energy. Like, okay, Satan, fuck no. Not today, Satan. No, calm down. Not today, Satan. Like, type of energy. Yeah, for real. Like, they were on some shit like that. Yeah, exactly. See? Yeah, see? Look. I'm like, sure, right? Sarcasm. They don't understand that. Wait, I'm still learning how to laugh, so it's hard, okay? But basically, yeah, they were trying to make it seem like like it was too much. That's it. That's it. That's it, y'all. Literally. Then they would try and, like, convince other people to try and convince you that they would really die to be their slave. That's really what it is. Like, that's the crazy part about the whole situation. That's why I said it's like a group trying to steal a person's mansion. It's like, literally, like, they're trying to act like anyone would want to do that. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, alliance in reverse. They're not being there. Yeah, no one is aligning, creating allianceships with them anymore. Yeah, because they're seeing, like, they're seeing the danger. They're dangerous concepts or false concepts that are dangerous. Seeing the danger behind their intentions. That's what it is. They're seeing the danger behind their intentions when it came to the position that they were nepoed into. It's not a mystery. People can see that they have dangerous intentions to do things within that position. They have dangerous intentions within that position. People can see that now. Yeah, with marriage, indulgence, stress in reverse, luck is coming through, family is coming through. Yeah, good news. Finally, good news is coming through. There's a confession as well after that, right? That's two things. All right. Yeah, and they can no longer uphold being arrogant and bully. They can no longer uphold people not notice that they were blind-hearted, right? Blind-heartedly losing things and causing natural disasters for people, to not persevere in their goals and stuff like that. Like it was always like that. Like actually crazy. I don't know I don't know what to tell you. That's exactly what happened. Yeah, like they were constantly, yeah, exactly. They were trying to cause there to be disease whenever there was a site of sanctuary. You see what I mean? Anytime someone would foresee a sanctuary for themselves, right? Foresee themselves being in the better position, foresee themselves in a higher standing, foresee themselves getting paid more, foresee them, they would literally attempt to destroy through false premonition. They were constantly trying to, whether it be a good sense of premonition, whether it seemed as if it would be good, right? The premonition, or it was evil and bad and terrible. It was all evil, bad, and terrible. And they were trying to lie. I said that there was a mask there. Yeah, exactly. Because they're not a sweetheart. Exactly, period. Homelessness in reverse. Yeah, because they never had taken away from them. They believed that it could never be taken away from them because they were nepoed into a position because they thought that it was never going to be taken away from them. You see what I'm saying? That's the reality. Calm. See? They thought that they could take away the calm from others by projecting the karma of the like disharmony that they were supposed to be out. To be honest, the human heart, the body, mind, the body, mind, vessel, soul, right, is very aware of what is going to happen next. Right? God is the one that puts into awareness our deliverance, right? In a situation. So it's just about reading it, right? But when someone is adamant on projecting something couldn't happen to them when it's bound to happen to them, it's like the injury, like they are the wound and everybody around them is scattering. And if they're not going to heal, then they're going to corrupt everything else around it. So everyone is leaving. Do you understand? So the truth about the situation is that if they're not taking out, right? If they're not taken out or healed, or, you know what I mean? Something, then it's going to keep causing issues. Projecting, like if there's foresight to perceive any kind of justice, like they're so like I don't know how to explain this, you guys. They're so like projecting pessimism as a weapon. Like they do that. They project pessimism as a weapon. They use pessimism as a weapon. You could be like me, I'll be like, oh, I'm finally going to be getting a new apartment. I'm finally looking forward to getting a new apartment. God promised me a new apartment. I'm trying to get a new apartment. I'm trying to live in the new place that I'm trying to get into, right? I'm trying to get there. They're like projecting, like, well, how are you going to get it? Well, how are you going to get it when you're broke? Like, that's what they do. You see what I'm saying? Well, how are you gonna get? Well, how are you gonna survive? You know what I mean? All the time. Like, it's so fucking, and like, that's why I mean it's so annoying. Like, I had to sound it out because it's like so fucking irritating, bro. Like, and they're constantly doing this. They're constantly doing this. Like, I'm like, oh, I need to get a new apartment. I just need to get, like, you know, I just need to get my work in order. I just need to clean up my, how are you gonna do that? Why are you gonna do that? Like all the time. All the time. Like for crying out loud, bruh. Like it's so, but yeah, justice in reverse. You see what I'm saying? It's like maybe it's because they stole someone's place. That's what it is. They stole someone's house. They stole someone's position. They stole someone's apartment. Something like that. They stole something from someone. Yeah. In reverse. Yeah, that's what it is. The fuck? That's creepy as hell. Yeah, they stole something from someone. Strategy in reverse. Yeah, death, blind, reverse death. That's what I thought. It's like they what'd you call it? I don't know how to explain this. It's like, did they like fraud? Like, did they commit like identity fraud or something? It's like they committed identity fraud. It's like they claim to be someone else to receive something in somebody else's name. they're assuming that there's just no way that anybody else would get anything in their own name. That's what it is, isn't it? Yep, that's what it is. That is what it is. Yep. Yep, disturbance. There they are. It's like they claim something in somebody else's name as their own, and then they're trying to make it seem as if whether that person whom they stolen from or other people would never be able to receive it without doing the same thing. And that's the scam. Yeah. Memory, live and learn in reverse. Yeah, exactly. It's like they were also trying to like act as if that, like I said, they were trying to switch positions. So they were trying to make it seem as if something similar had been done to them and shit like that, and then as if that they had the right. No, no. And even if it did happen to them before, it doesn't give them the right anyways. That's the reality. They're like trying to, they're doing the most. Yeah, exactly. Professional overload. They can't handle some sort of career that they thought that they could take. Also, it's like they thought that they could, it's like, I can't explain it to you, but it's like someone who looks like somebody else trying to kill the original person and then go to their job. That's the energy. Like, it would be really hard for you to get away with that, right? But instead of doing that, it's like taking advantage of somebody else's, like, I'm trying to say, like, it's like if somebody saw my resume and then copy and pasted my resume as their resume and then changed the name so that it's like to make it seem like it was them, and then they got a job from that, but now they can't handle it. They can't handle the job. You see what I'm saying now? Yeah, exactly. They can't triumph and they can't do it. Like, that's it. They can't sleep well anymore. That's it. They're losing sleep. They're gonna be, as in, like, they're losing sleep, as in, like, they will not be getting any sleep anytime soon. As in, like, they will not be getting sweet dreams anytime soon. Live and learn goals and revert. Yeah, go live and learn and goal. Exactly. That's what it is. They were trying to disturb people's dreams to cause them nightmares. So that's what it is. Memory in reverse is like, I didn't know why I was getting nightmares. I never really asked. I didn't really see it as a nightmare. I was just glad I was seeing stuff. Like, I think it's like, I'm just happy to be here, y'all. Like, that was my energy. I think it was like, even when I was in hell, I was like, yo, I'm alive. Like, like, I think it was that. Like, yeah, exactly. There was, like, exactly. I might have been scared shitless, but at least I was still blessed. You know what I mean? That was the situation. Like, they didn't see that coming. Like, yeah, I was like, yeah, I really am lucky. Like, I was really shook. Like, that's the situation. That's what they didn't see. Like, they thought that they could fake it till they make it, but you can't fake being alive when you're dead. You can't fake being alive when you're dead. That's just not how it works. That's why it's necromancy. That's why it's a natural disaster coming through. Because, yeah, whatever idea it is that they were trying to, that whatever was giving them the sense of calm is walking away from them. I think it was like a power. Remember? Yeah, power of alignment is finally free, is receiving the calm that person was holding back from them. What the hell? I don't know what it's like, gratitude for the calm. Like, it's like they were basically blocking people from being aware of how they made them feel, is what it is. So if someone felt good, right, or bad or anything like that, they would like make it seem as if that they never felt that before, that they don't know, they can't experience, like they don't experience that, right? So you could tell someone, wow, you look really pretty, you look really beautiful today, and then they would just go like as if you just didn't tell them something like really sweet from your soul, right? As if that they didn't feel sweet about it, right? But the reality is because they're trying to make you feel like you're not actually complimenting them, as if it's coming from a bad place when it comes to you, so that it confuses you type shit. Like, that's the type of crazy ass shit that they were doing. So the power of alignment is finally free, and mercy is, yeah, first is given to God. Mercy is being given to God. So, and then mercy those that, earn it, deserve it, and who, God chooses, period. That's it. Yeah, there's readiness. See, readiness to receive online community. There it is. I'm not lonely anymore because I got an online community. No, because I've developed introversy as a skill. I've developed privacy at this point. Yeah, exactly. There's evidence of that, of libation. Exactly. They wanted to stop libation. They wanted to do the most. They wanted to intertwine. You see what I mean? They wanted to intertwine their life. Like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna say it. It's like me and my lover would be, you know what I mean? Like talking to each other, right? And this is what I have to do. Okay, this is what I have to do. Me and my lover will be talking to each other because it's not the first time this has happened. And all of a sudden, like even in the past, me and my lover, my ex-lovers would be talking to each other. And all of a sudden, they're sending telepathic communication so that it would confuse what my lover is saying to me and what I would be. So we'd all be confused what was going on some devilish shit. You know the devil and the the devil card. Actually, yeah, the devil card in the tarot, the original devil card in tarot, right? Where it's the devil in the middle, put like in the middle, like you know what I mean, the Baphomet, and then what'd you call it? And then the two chained individuals, right? That's like chained together, like by the devil energy. It's like confusion, false telepathic messages. That's the confusion, and like a lot of that energy going on. Like that's really what it was. They wanted to be the devil wannabe that brought people together. They brought like lovers together. Da, 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 da. Like yeah, see the nightmare all going back to sender. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit, bruh. Like they wanted to make it like real confusing for people to like connect with one another. It's like your person would say one thing and then you'll be hearing something on the side of it. Like it's like weird. It's like on the side of it, like you thought wait, I thought I heard you say that, and then you'll be mad confused, like what the fuck? What did you actually say? That's what the fuck they do. They be sending all sorts of messages like telepathically on time, like with timing. Like they'll do some shit like you would think they're not really doing this. Nah, they be really at altars and shit. They be on altars like trying to be like like all that shit. All that with candles, blood of children, all of it. They be doing all of it. Like that's how they be doing it. Does it work? No, not really, but God will make it seem like it will work. Just so that you can figure out that that's what they're doing. Like I'm telling you, just so you can figure out that that's what they're doing. They be on some crazy shit, bruh. They be on some, so when is her lover gonna bring me type shit. That's what they be doing. That's what they be doing. Like on some crazy ass shit. Make it so that their lover would die. Like type shit. I'm telling you, that's what they be on. On some crazy ass shit, bruh. Like make her fiance want to kill her type shit. On some shit. Because that's what I mean by curse obsessed, like curse hungry. They're trying to make people curse one person. They're trying to make over 100 people curse, and they'll be doing like curses are not just only curses are not only like so direct, right? So blunt and direct. Curses can be also like, hey, did you hear that person is this way and that way? What? I didn't realize that they were this way and that way and that way. Now you believe that person is this way and that way and that way. And now that person, everything that you see that person doing now, it looks like this way and that way and that way. But the whole time you're putting a curse on them, you don't even realize that it's somebody else trying to make you use you, laying his judgment upon it. It'll be like, well, I tell him, I didn't say that she was actually a whore. That was my son, right? I didn't actually say that person was, beating people up and being mean to people. That was somebody else, right? That was somebody else, right? That's what makes them the devil. Mm-hmm. Right? Because they're always trying to make other people fall into the same trap they see. It's like they see a trap that they want to lay, but then they're scared of falling into it, so they sit there and they wait for other people to come across the same trap and then force people to now be in that trap. That's it. They want people to be entrapped instead of them. It's like it's like a genie in the lamp energy. I don't fucking trust these demons. It's a jinn ass energy, right? The jinn always convinces you that he's gonna give you 3 wishes, right? He tells you he's gonna give you 3 wishes, da 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 da, bullshit, right? But by the end of it, you're the one that's trapped in the bottle while the genie goes free. You know, that's what that is, right? That's the lesson. So then you have to now go and do the same thing and now light, and then you have to pay the eternal karma for that too. So you see the issue? Like, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that they can't do that shit anymore. They can't, yeah, exactly. It's everything is being purified. They can't protest for people to hesitate when it comes to being sick. Yeah. They can't protest against people not wanting to be in a toxic environment. They can't protest against people not wanting to suffer in hell forever. You know what I mean? They can't protest, what you call it, against people trying to like sanctify lives and live a sanctimonious life. That's what it is. They can't protest people's sanctimony anymore. Living a sanctimonious life. Sanctimony. Yeah, they can't project that people couldn't live a sanctimonious life because that they didn't choose to. You see what I mean? That I can't live a sanctimonious life because they didn't choose to. You see what I'm saying? So because you see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not a mystery. Sorry, it was really trying to piss me off there for a second. See, agitation. I noticed, see? So basically, they were trying to make it seem like people couldn't live a divine holy life, a divine holiness, right? Because they themselves, the individual who was trying to project that, was trying to act as if the collective couldn't live in divine holiness, because you know what I mean? You see what I mean? Yeah, they can't cause conflicts anymore due to the fucking nightmare that they're gonna be living. That's the reality of the situation. Collective, you are completely, as long as you permit God to provide to you his sanctimony and his sacredness so that you may accept it for yourself, then absolutely you will live in that sanctimony and sacredness. These individuals, those individuals who rejected by hypocrisy God's sanctimony, will not be living in divine holiness. That's how it works. Like, they're trying to act like rejection holds no weight. That's what it is. They're really trying to act like rejection holds no weight. Like, we can't be sanctimonious. We can't live in sanctimony because they didn't. You know what I mean? Like, that's what is really pissing me off about the situation. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, just because you know what I mean? Just because you decided to like not, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, bro? It's like saying, like, I'm just gonna reenact, okay, you guys, Holy Spirit, you guys. I'm gonna reenact this for you guys so you guys can really see what it looks like. I'm in the desert. I live in a desert and we don't get any crabs in this desert. And because there's no crab in this desert, that means that there's no such thing as crab. Now I don't believe a word that anybody says. Lobster doesn't exist. Lobster claws don't exist. None of that exists. Nobody gets a lobster claw. Now I reject lobster claws because lobster claws don't exist. Yes, because I live in a desert. I don't get it, so nobody else gets to have, right? And everybody who says that they have lobster claws and crabs are lying. That's the energy. It's like, motherfucker, you live in a desert. Where are you going to find lobster in a desert? Now, just because you can't find lobster in a desert does not mean that people who live by the side of the ocean aren't eating lobster every day, bro. It's every day. And people will be like, ugh, because I live in America and everything is expensive and lobster is expensive in America, it means that in Africa, people who live by the ocean don't get lobster too. No, bitch. That's our daily routine. We do that all the time. We eat crab, lobster, all of it. All the time. Call us broke, poor. We don't give a fuck, bro. We'll eat our caviar. Don't worry about it. That's the thing. They don't understand. They don't get it. They refuse to accept the fact that we don't have to live the nightmare that they live. They refuse to accept the fact that we don't have to go through what the fuck they go through. That's not our problem. They want us to suffer consequences. This is the problem, what I'm trying to say here. This is why the whole world government shit isn't really working now, is it? Like, they want to make the standard for caviar to be fucking expensive. But not everywhere caviar is expensive. Some of it is free. For some people, it's free. Like, food is free for people, some places. You see what I'm saying? Apple costs $20,000. But an apple doesn't cost $20,000 everywhere. You see what I mean? Like, they want to make it seem like they control the market. Like, it's like just because I can't get a good chef's job, like the way that, you know, it is here in America, doesn't mean that I can't fucking become a millionaire with the same US dollar everywhere else in the world. Like, that's not my problem. You see, that's not my problem. Like, just because you're laughing at me when I say I'm going to open my restaurant doesn't mean that my restaurant isn't existent in Africa right now. You see what I'm saying? Like, they wanna actually make fun of things. They don't have control. They don't have control. They want to destroy the strength. They want to make it impossible for something to be real for another person because it's not real or it's not going to be real for them. And that's just not how life works. Life doesn't work that way, okay? That way. Life doesn't work in a way where just because you can't get something done, it means that somebody else also can't get something. That's dumb. Not everyone gets to, you know, get away with fucking everything that they want to get away with, but some people do. You know? Some people do. Some people really do get away with murder for a long time. Not in the divine's eyes. But I'm just saying, some people really do. It's just not gonna be you, whoever that is. It's just not. Some people get away with taking people's identity. It's just not gonna be them. And you know what it is? This is also something that they don't want to accept, right? I am the last person that they have to do that shit to. I'm the last person they have to do that shit to. The reality of the situation is that, what is it called again? Like we said, Jesus is the first and the last, right? The beginning and the end, the Alpha, the Omega, right? It already happened to him. It already did. He was already the last person it happened to. So it's happening again in that order. You see what I'm saying? And then what happened to? You see what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna fucking carry no motherfucking crucifix down a motherfucking mountain type shit fucking to get a string out. Hell nah. This is why I'm doing this shit. This is why I'm doing this, because hell nah. You got me fucked up. Like, do I look like Jesus? Where I'm like, do I look like Jesus to you? Huh? Like, probably a little bit, but not that much. I'm not Jesus, not that much, right? Not that much, right? That's what I'm saying in this situation. Yeah, that they're false prophecy. Thank you. Exactly. I knew it. It was some false ass prophecy. They wanted to literally make some false ass prophecy. They literally wanted to make some false ass prophecy come through, bro. Some false ass premonition. Like, this is like the energy of like somebody saying, like, yeah, they were projecting their premonition to like manifest it like real bad. I'm the Empress. It's just not gonna work. See? And they're like so, it's like severe is what it's coming at. The severity. They wanted to block the severity of a consequence. Yep. They wanted to block the severity of a consequence of making it seem as if that they had been validated as something that they weren't. Yeah. Death. Yeah, exactly. They were trying to basically block the severity of the consequence. That's what it was. Finally, I'm figuring it out. Finally. Oh my goodness. That's what it is. This is why I've been doing this 3-hour motherfucking reading. They were trying to block the severity of the consequence. This is something that even I was fighting because I knew that the consequences were severe and I'm going through the severity of such consequences. But the issue isn't that. It's that the issue isn't the severity of the consequence, right? The issue is going through the consequence and then also not really doing the thing that would cause the severity of the consequence to actually occur. Also being protected from something that could be done through an immunity that is existent. That is all being like, for some reason they don't understand it. It's like, for example, how do I explain this? If an individual person could have sex with their doppelganger, right? Promptly, right? If you're not doppelganger, like, no. Let me fix this because I like, that's not right. That would not be right, right? If your future self could come to your past self and pick you up, right? It would cause a time. You see what I'm talking about? It would cause time warping. Severe consequence in the timeline, right? Because your future self corresponding and interacting with your past self, it would cause either a severe consequence. I'm a time traveler, which means that there's a certain immunity within my spiritual inheritance that I inherited that's within me, in my DNA, in my body, in my soul, in my vehicle, that permits me to interact with my past self and my future self without those severe consequences, because the same thing isn't being done as before. It's not being done the same way. Okay? They don't understand that. They don't get it. They don't get why they can't pretend to be a time traveler, then pretend to talk to their past self, and then ruin people's lives, and then have to go through consequences. They don't understand why. They don't understand why they would have to go through consequences for that. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, because I'm not fucking pretending. I really am a time traveler. Like, if this is a real thing, I really fucking am. Like, I really fucking am. I really am. Like, this is, like, they don't want to accept that. It's not my problem, bro. It's not my problem. It's just not. Is that what happened? Because I was like, what the hell is that? Like, I was like, what the hell is that? Like, oh my gosh. Oh my god, my wrist. I'm such a cancer, y'all. I'm literally like, see, innocent, like, you see, I'm like, because it's like the thing that I'm going through isn't because of something bad of that. It's not part of a severity of the consequence. No, it's just pain. It's just innocent pain. It's supposed to be there. It's like ascension. You see what I mean? It's in alignment. Whereas They don't want to deal with the severity of the consequence of it's not my business, you see? The nightmares and stuff like that. And this is the same thing where it was like they were trying to make somebody else deal with this as well. Yeah, they were trying to, this is the same thing. This is why they were trying to cause people emotionally manipulative. This is why I was telling you, this is why I was telling him that shit, bro. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. They couldn't do what it is that they've done before or make it seem as if they did what they did before. Yeah, exactly. They couldn't lie in the way that they did before. That's so fucking fucked up. Were they really fucking up timelines like this? Like they were really fucking up timelines like this. Yeah, they're afraid of optimistic friendships and connections. Like they're afraid of like high vibrational relationships and people who trust and love each other, because then they can't come in between those relationships and then try and make people perceive of each other what isn't real, so that then they couldn't come in and actually make it a reality. You see what I'm saying? To confuse the dynamic of the situation. Have you ever been in something, a relationship, or have you ever seen a movie or something like that? Have you ever talked to a friend or something like that, and they'll tell you that they found out that their best friend's wife cheated on the day before the wedding with their other friend, and that call it, and then it would be like, what, really? And it's like, yeah, but then later it would come up like, oh, it wasn't the day before, it was like 2 weeks before. Oh no, they had a relationship when they were children and not anymore. Well, actually, like that. That's the type of shit that they were doing. Like everybody would just be getting lost in the sauce in the situation, like what the fuck's going on, right? Just breaking shit apart, just everything just falling apart, not even really finding out what's real, what's not true, no confession, wrong confession, all the shit. Yeah, they were trying to make it seem like they had the power of commitment in their hand. Like as if that they make people commit to whatever it is that they wanted people to commit to. Like the power of commitment, meaning the power that wills commitments to be stable, right? The power that allows for commitments to be accepted. Yeah, exactly. There it is. Woo! Found it. Caught it. Cited it. It's done. Yeah, because it was like, finally, bro. Finally, bro. Because they were trying to make it seem like, you know, when it's like they were trying to make it seem like, how do I explain this? If someone has an issue and a problem, that issue doesn't just go away because they met someone, right? But that person will try and make it seem like that person was trying to make it seem like the issue goes away because they met them, but they also block people from knowing that there was an issue there. So they try to like put a band-aid on a slice, right? They'll try and put a band-aid on a fucking, this is like, you see the fake nerd ass energy, you see now all these fake nurses are being caught now. You see what I'm talking about? Those school nurse energy. You see the false school nurse, or the what'd you call it? Yes, same fucking energy. Fake school nurse energy. They always act like first of all, they act like they're so motherfucking smart they could do everything, right? But it's a false. The reality of the situation is like they're not even in jurisdiction. They're not under jurisdiction. They're not in jurisdiction. And they're trying to pretend to be something they're not. They're trying to act like, yeah, exactly. There it is. Exactly. See? They're trying to come in between. They're trying to act like, oh my gosh. They're trying to act like they're putting like a solution, false solution, like putting a solution on something that's a bigger problem than they're trying to solve. Literally. Yeah, stalker in reverse. They can't uphold some sort of stalking. Yeah, can't get in the ring energy. Weirdo actress. You see what I'm saying? Irrelevant. Yep, they can't. See, they're a lifestyle sabotager. Like someone will be really healing. Someone will be really healing type shit. Someone is really healing. And then they'll come in and act as if that they just healed the person. And then they'll try and cover up the wound in dirt. Like type shit. Like, it's crazy. I can't explain it, y'all. I can't explain it. Like, that's how they've been sabotaging lifestyles, because then they're trying to gain some sort of reputation as the healer in a situation. Yep. Trying to cause damage and obstruction. And oh my gosh, this is just so much, bro. I'm leaving it to you now. I'm leaving it to you, God. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm over it. I'm leaving it to you, God. Because I'm tired. I gotta, like, like, it's stressing me out to the like, that the fact of the situation is that, like, there's a certain kind of immunity that I am in. There's an immunity that I'm in. So I don't have to go through some sort of severity of consequences, right? Some sort of severe consequences for doing something else. But the reality of owning or being inherited within that immunity is that I wouldn't do that. You see what I mean? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that one thing that's actually super bad, that would cause that severity of a consequence to be activated. That's not me. You see what I'm saying? It's not me that would be doing that. It's not me that would be causing that. At the same time, there are certain things and aspects, right, of my life which I would still be feeling the severity of consequence of, only because it's too close to what could have been done. So I'm feeling the severity of the consequence in order to stop right away, right? This is like that. It's like a when you get a vaccine, you still get sick, but you're not getting sick of the same thing that you would have gotten sick of if you hadn't got the vaccine, right? That's what I'm saying. So it's like, that's what I mean. It's like the sickness might seem like it's real severe, and it is, but it's something that's to precede the healing. You see what I mean? It gets better, it gets worse before it gets better, right? It gets worse before it gets better, right? That's the energy. Whereas they're not trying to deal with the severity of their action, the consequences of their decisions, the lifestyle that they were trying to sabotage, who they were trying to sabotage, the fact that they've been sabotaging lifestyle for others, the fact that they can't uphold this when it comes to me and others, the fact that they're fucking, you know what I mean, that they're fucking what is it called again? They're guilty for sabotaging lifestyles of others, for sabotaging people. The fact that even somebody knew that they were guilty for that and try to use them to now get themselves out of the situation that they were in, to act as if that the whole 9 fucking yards. It's getting real motherfucking ugly up in this bitch. It is. It is. Wait, no. It's getting really ugly in that bitch. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's getting real motherfucking ugly in that bitch. You see, this is why I don't ever, let me just say, I gotta, you know what, let me just give it to God. Let me just give it to God. Like, honestly, let me give it to God. But this is what I'm trying to say. Like, they can't decide what I'm going to say and what I'm not going to say next. And that's the part that they can't understand, is how they were being cited and caught within my language and speech and my communication. You see what I mean? They don't want to accept the fact that there's a certain way that I do things, and everybody knows what way that is, except for them. Because why the fuck would God let them know how the fuck they were cited, period, and defeated, heavily defeated. They thought that they were going to run away again. No, they were trying to make it seem like they could, like, I don't know what it is, bro, but this shit is really tripping me out. It's like, well, I want to kill her, and I want to make her mine, and I want her boyfriend, and I want everything that I want it, like that all the time. Bro, that's it. That's all she's doing. That's all they're doing. Like, it's pissing me off, bro. Like, that's all they're doing. And that's what people fell for? That's the energy people fell for? Oh my gosh. Poor you. Look at how much she's suffering. I just want her dead. We're like, oh my gosh, wow. Oh my gosh, wow. Look at her. Look, she really wants it, you guys. She really wants it, you guys. Like, what the fuck? That's what it was? Like, I'm so sick of this shit, bruh. I'll whoop her. Lord, let me whoop her ass. Let me do it. Let me beat the fuck out of her because I'm so sick of this shit. I'm so sick of this shit, bruh. So on some doctrines ass looking bitch. See y'all.